as well. She just said the first bounce, the first few contests, it's certainly going to be on.
Umpires this afternoon are Gorman, Schmidt and Jeffrey. Shadows creeping across this great ground as we start proceedings. Anzac Day 2016. Grundy, who was in fine form last week, kicks it down towards half forward. Kelly, McDonald, Kippenwoody. Falling forward, Brown alongside the centre circles takes the mark. Former Cat, there's 3 of them out there at least. Driven down towards half forward. Drifting back Smith. First gamer for Collingwood. Fantasia's got it. Slips a hand pass away. Bird. Whoa. Bird's getting a free kick.
That's it, hold there. Thanks, Levi.
He's got plenty of experience too. Those big run at Sydney. Didn't miss a game in 2012 when they went all the way to the final. To Gwilt. And Gwilt to the pocket. Goddard launched himself. Brown's little give. Merritt's quick give. Fantasia wrapped up by Brown. So here's that first free.
Stand up, stand up.
Just ripped off it by Greenwood. So the Bombers in attack. Massive crowd. We wondered how many would come. It looks at least 80 and probably north of that.
Holding, Collingwood. Yep. That's it, Chris. There it is. Time back on.
So Chris,
Stay.
what a year he had last season.
He's another one, though, Bruce, amongst that midfield who needs to really help Scotty Pendlebury out. Jordan De Goey, he's been quiet so far. Trelaw's been OK, but he needs to get better. Adams as well. So big job for that Collingwood midfield.
Barker after the De Goey kick. Well played. Blair got it out to Adams. De Goey has run on down towards half forward, paddling it on the numbers, feeds it back inside. More low trajectory kick. Oh, this could be a fairy tale. Mason Cox directly in front, 25 metres out.
Well, he had half a chance. He got the front position. He's a big man, so he's hard to stretch around. But he took the ball comfortably. No sign of a fumble.
It is a long way from Oklahoma State University to 20 metres out of the MCG. He's a cowboy, as they all are at that university, and he rides it home. What a beauty.
It's always interesting, isn't it? You know he's 211 centimetres tall, but he just got that on the movement. Sometimes you just want to kick it above the guys that have got the extreme height, but he actually just read that there was space between him and the kicker, made the right movement. I mean, he played that really well.
Can you believe an American in his first game has just kicked the first goal on Anzac Day?
It didn't happen.
No.
That didn't happen.
Oh, brilliant start.
And went back and just sealed it beautifully. No, there was no
goal
kick.
Easy.
Struck it really well.
And Dylan McLaughlin drew it up.
Can we have a new group? First kick, first match, USA.
Yeah, that's right. He's the leader. He's the sole member.
What a remarkable start. And Collingwood get off to a quick one. And he's in the fray again. Gwilt taken down by Blair, who's kicked a remarkable goal himself on this day. So there you have it. Mason Cox kicks the opening goal on Anzac Day. Mum and Dad in the crowd. Philip and Janet watching on. Good give by Pendlebury. Long ball in by Maynard, and just missing. He came in for Sinclair, I think it was a couple of days ago. There's been so much happening this weekend. It's been pretty remarkable stuff from the Crows and Hawthorn on Friday night all the way through to this.
Only early days, but Collingwood already, they've won all the clearances and they've laid all the tackles that have been laid so far in this first quarter. Essendon got to get their hands on the footy.
Gwilt out of defence, looking for Goddard, couldn't take the mark. In front, Bird, who's been active. Fantasia, hand pass not so good from Kearney. Pendlebury goes in, wins the footy, hurriedly onto the Bird, it rolls out of bounds.
Guys, Taylor Adams has come off just 2 minutes into the game, hobbled off the ground straight down the race, which looks to be a right medial ligament. So they spent a bit of time up here, but took him down the race to assess him. The doctors have come up, but he's still down there being assessed.
Gee, that's big news. He's been their best player this season. Kearney, and passes again to space. Getting back is Smith. Maynard, Pendlebury, Smith again. Falling backwards, no purchase on the kick, but that's okay. Under the chest of De Goey, wheels around, kicks to space for Solo, comes up. The mark is taken by Sidebottom. Back in the team last week, it was terrific.
Straight in front.
He's a genuine goal kicker, steel side bottom. De Goey started well for the Pies and just read it better than Darcy Parish. I just think that side bottom and Pendlebury are going to have to hit the scoreboard pretty well today, kick a few goals each for the Pies to win.
Back after suspension last week, booted 2 goals, 26 possessions, and this is solid, very solid. Fast start by the Pies.
Well, they haven't got their best team in. The side bottom's not playing, have they? I mean, he's in their top 5 or 6 players.
Well, he's actually started in the middle, as Nathan Buckley said he would, and I think we all probably predicted his experimental halfback might have been off the boil for a while. And he's had a couple of clearances, so he's done exactly what he does do really well, just control the stoppages from within.
Well, she just spoke about Taylor Adams going down and getting that knee treated. You can see the strapping there on his right knee, jogging up and down the boundary. Looks pretty keen to get back out there. So hopefully it's not too bad a one for Adams.
So the 2 captains side by side here, Goddard and Pendlebury. To Collingwood get another clearance. Working hard in there.
Right tackle, Essendon.
Greenwood, but hence the Bombers. Langford, and now Kelly gets it to about 35 metres. Brown outnumbered Stokes, but the mark taken by Reid. He's missed a lot of these, Reid. I think he was eligible for about 9 Anzac days, and he's only played 3 of them, all those injuries. Lingy, you're right about De Goey. He's got very busy early. That's a beautiful kick and a beautiful mark by Blair, and he's off.
And guess who's on the end of it? Cox uses the body. Gwilt, seen that before. Knocks it out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw in.
This is Mason Cox. I mean, he's 20. The difference is he's not the skinny teenager. He's a mid-20s elite man, a bit more mature man. You're more capable, you would have thought, despite your inexperience in this particular game.
Boundary throw in. Leuenberger blocked that time. Could have almost got it free. Zaharakis has been in splendid form. Grundy lost it. Goddard, the skipper, back to Zaharakis. On the defensive 50. Hartley's kick is blanketed. Ricochet still in play. Some pressure here for Kelly. Blair goes after it, feeds it. Pendlebury did well. Outside of the boot, Cox. He's a machine, this man.
And Pendlebury was the one who blocked out the hold. And certainly, there's no doubt that Collingwood are the ones who've jumped into the game. Essendon are really on the back foot, so they're going to have to do a U-turn.
It's just the way they're running over the ground. Noticing Zaharakis, they're heavy-legged at the moment.
Yeah.
Maybe it's nerves, don't know, but they need to get going. This might help them. Don't know who was able to stop it now. Goddard trying to set something up. Nothing ready to go to Leuenberger. Zaharakis, that's a bit of a shabby kick, but it may work if Gleeson can get hold of it. No, he can't. They get hold of him. He had it. Well, gee, he had it forever. Anyway, no free kick. Cox again. Still with Cox now. Handball to Grundy. Grundy low. Bagley doesn't quite take it. Side bottom could get dangerous here. Doesn't quite. On Kelly fends off too high. Oh, okay, the other way. So Kelly's free kick on the back pocket. Yeah, they just look.
Sure.
Gee, I'm not sure about that.
There's Gwilt. Feeds it forward. Langford. It's a good kick around the outer side. Brown sets himself. Knocked away. Does it stay in? Reid did the knocking away. In real trouble there was Oxley. Reid comes back and redeems the situation. Side bottom. He's been in everything. So too De Goey and Pendlebury. Pendlebury's kicked the half forward. Bounces off the trampoline chest of Varco. Comes back to Pendlebury. This kick is wayward. It's a behind, but they're surging at the moment, the Magpies.
Pendlebury up to 7 touches now. Jordan De Goey 5. They're the 2 who are really running rampant through that middle for Collingwood.
So why was he playing at half-back, do you reckon? Because he was injured?
I think it must have been the ribs. He must have had sore ribs. Don't know if there was a crack there, but I love seeing him back in amongst the action in the middle.
So Gleeson. Clearly the ball just missing. McDonald tipping Woody. Langford. Collingwood players everywhere. For Solo. De Goey. Decided not to. He spreads it wide. Now, Oxley's a beautiful kick. Collingwood are on the charge here. Oh, De Goey's in everything. Side bottoms and everything. And Pendlebury's in everything. They're just winning so much ball, and a lot of it's quality.
Yeah, no, they're stuck in their half of the field, Essendon. They just can't. One of the things Essendon have done quite well this year is when they do get the ball in defence, they run and spread out onto the wings. But Collingwood actually haven't been turning the ball over in their forward line. They've gone in 8 times and had 6 scores, so there's no rebound.
Just a dominant start by the Pies. They're making Essendon fumble. We've mentioned De Goey having a heap of it already, but they're trapping the ball in their half of the ground. They're getting shots at goal and they're making them pay.
Grundy up very high, taps it down. Bird, crisp. Gave it back to Adams. High ball down towards half forward. Varco works in front, wins a loose ball. Gets it away to Moore. Runner outside side bottom. Too much time for side bottom to waste it. Bounces off the fingertips in front there of D. Taken by Fasolo. He snaps towards goal. On the ground, Fasolo.
Catch.
Mark Taylor would have been proud of that.
He's a mercurial player. This is not beyond him. He got 6 goals, a personal best against the Tigers back in round 2. He does have a 5 against Essendon, round 19, 2011. Sharp angle, Alex Fasolo. Kick is on the way. Slides across the front of goal and forced through for a minor score.
They bring Mark. So Essendon just need to get something happening here. No energy from the Bombers so far, and that's out on the floor. They're riddled with error. They're playing nervously, aren't they?
That's it, hold there.
Talked about the fact 15 of them haven't been involved in this game. They've got a heap of players that haven't played 10 games. A few more that haven't played 20. So Smith, a debutant. Good start for him as well. Fantasia, Langford, young Merritt. What a player he's going to be, with a Collingwood connection with a Thorold Merritt.
Yep, it's his uncle, isn't it?
Yeah, which I didn't know, Liam. Really, I should have, but until I read the article, we know it now, don't we? A star with Collingwood in the past, so a connection in both camps there. But the Bombers just need a goal. They need to get the ball forward and do something. Smith, so over the line. So Smithley comes from the same club as Oxley.
Yeah, Redlands, suburban club in Queensland, suburban Brisbane.
I hope they were winning the premiership, were they?
No, they weren't actually, but they might not have been there at the same time. That's the problem for Redlands.
Oxley, a very good player. Young Smith on the biggest stage this afternoon. Grundy over the top, Leuenberger. Leuenberger was strong against the Cats last week.
Holding the ball, dived on it, Essendon. Must knock it clear immediately. Thank you.
Leuenberger getting a free kick. Just looking down towards half forward. Oh, the drive-by hand pass. Kelly wasn't expecting it. He just walked up for a talk and suddenly finished up with a footy. Here's D. Dempsey. Good to see him back. Goes to the outer side. Bagley has been resolute through all the trauma. Back to Gwilt. Gwilt goes down towards the wing. Bumped away by Aish. Opportunity now for Howe. Finds a way through. Well, almost. Now for Solo. Hooks it inside the forward 50. How will it bounce? On its point and straight up. Taken by Hartley. Let the ball fall. Blair. Aish deep in the pocket. Thought about it. Comes back to side bottom. Kicks to a dangerous spot. Right at the top of the square. In from the side. Magnificent mark is taken by Moore.
That's his specialty. We'll see a lot of that already. I think every defender knows if you let Darcy Moore jump, he can mark it. And he certainly was coming with the flight of the ball, so he had to run into the contact. But no crumbs whatsoever.
That is a great pack mark. Margin is 22. Moore's kick, accurate. It's now 28.
So his first Anzac Day match. He's just full of promise, isn't he, Darcy Moore?
Yeah, very promising. Young player's got life and energy, and he's still narrow as you're going to be when you're only, he's probably still only 19, second-year player, but certainly got a lot of talent, a lot of life in those legs.
Yep. Well, it's a dream start for one team.
It was an outstanding mark by Darcy Moore. Collingwood have taken 9 marks in this game. 6 of them have been contested. So they are just dominating the contest both in the air and on the ground at the moment, the Pies. They're all over them.
So Grimley in the ruck. Treloar, Pendlebury again. Well, they're downhill at the moment, aren't they? They're going so strong. That's a good mark by Hartley. I wonder what Travis Cloke's thinking right now. He's thinking to himself, it might have been a good day to be forward. And
yeah, the ball's in there.
And credit where credit's due. Nathan Buckley made a statement by dropping Travis Cloke. The players have certainly responded.
McDonald, Tip and Woody. Can the Bombers get something to happen? Goddard got it from Bird. He's in trouble. BJ but gets it back to Bird. They get it about as deep as they've been. Brown picks it off. Langford.
Too high, Essendon.
And the Bombers are going to get a shot at goal.
Too high. Leg in the head.
Langford, I should say.
Thanks, Jack.
Well, they don't look like they're going to generate a lot of shots. Essendon so critical that you actually can score from your half chance. Just they got the ball first, got the benefit of the doubt. Didn't look a little bit of high contact left arm there, but footy's a lot easier if you can win a centre bounce. Win a centre bounce, and all of a sudden the opposition defence is not structured, is under pressure.
Kicks from 50. It's a good kick. Gee, that is a good kick. A terrific response from the 19-year-old. Suddenly you feel like a collective breath of air comes out and they can maybe relax and feel like they're in the match suddenly.
They haven't handled the occasion at all well, Essendon, but amazing what a goal can do. Just sets your nerves at ease a little bit. Take a deep breath, as you said, Bruce, and right, now what have we got to get back to doing? What have we got to do to get ourselves back into this game?
Probably a 50-50 free kick, to be honest, but he took advantage of it. It was a good kick.
Well, they probably need that stroke of luck, Essendon, just a sort of 50-50 free kick the goal. All of a sudden you get a burst of energy, and now they've got to build on that to see if they can match what Collingwood have brought from the very beginning.
Beautiful kicking action. Cox knocks it down. Pendlebury didn't appear to have the ball. Parrish sends a hand pass out wide. Fantasia goes down towards half forward to Skimmer. And luck for Langford. Brown did well though, got it back to him. Langford kicks to the pocket. Collingwood in best position. And Maynard comes across and takes the mark.
That's it, thank you.
Grandson of Graham Campbell. Coached senior football in Victoria, Western Australia and South Australia. Here's Adams having a fine year. Dangerous kick. Lucky for Collingwood, off the chest there of Dempsey. Taken by Crisp up towards the wing. Towering mark. Howe takes it, hits the ground running, feeds it forward. Varco carries it down towards right half forward. Looks inside the forward 50. Going back Grundy. Offhand's a chance for Fasolo. Side bottom. Generally so good. Generally so good. He's got his second.
Just so cleanly, aren't they? I mean, that was clean football from the back half.
Well, I've seen Louis Olsen kind of play a few times this year, and they just look slow. They haven't been able to look like a quick team. Today, they look quick. Certainly Varco, the ability to overlap, he's run from behind, he's received the handball off Howe, that keeps the ball moving. But as a collective, they look like they've gained a yard.
Well, where has this Collingwood ball movement and excitement been? Jeremy Howe started it, then quick play onto Travis Varco, little give, steal side bottom, fantastic, classy finish, but they are moving the ball very fast at the moment, the Pies. Great to see.
Both ruckmen just missed it, Parrish, but Treloar took it off him and then bangs it to Varco. Did well, Varco. He just sort of toe-poked it and kept it in and almost gave it to Pendlebury. Cooney went without it. Pendlebury wins it again. Treloar spreads it cleverly to Adams' former teammates. Kicks to full forward. Bagley, Fasolo, side bottom again. He's got a hat-trick in the opening term. And look at the response. Have a look at that. That says a lot, I reckon. They're hungry here.
They are hungry, and a great example of that, Bruce, was the contest at half forward between the experienced players Scotty Pendlebury and Darcy Parrish. Just went low and hard. Pendlebury, Darcy stayed upright, got the handball out, and then again the class, brilliance of Steele side bottom. Only needs half a second. He has started the game so well. The enthusiasm's there, the excitement's there. Pies playing terrific footy.
Yes, he's a great finisher, side bottom, but the ball goes in quick. It's really a long, high ball, but Fasolo had the leap at it, which means you can't spoil with any effect.
Grundy knocks it down. Cooney, Zaharakis getting busy. Sends it down towards half forward. Good mark in front by Grimley. Hit hard. Ball didn't jar loose. Equals his best against the Bombers. Steele side bottom. 3 goals after 20 minutes. Here's Fantasia. Wide. Close to the boundary. Goes out. Umpire lets them play. Well, another boundary umpire, the second of them, furthest away, spotted that. They're very good at getting out wide near the fence. And they got that one right. So a boundary throw-in just inside the 50. Leuenberger and Grundy.
That's the Jamie Elliott pocket from last year when we said that. Seems a long time ago, Dennis, doesn't it?
I'm sure they got that right, Bruce.
Greenwood. And that one close to the line. Not quite out. It is now.
Can't help but think, I mean, Nathan Buckley decided to play Pendlebury off halfback. We're not sure whether he's injured, to say whether he substantiates that or not, because otherwise you'd say, why the hell didn't I have him in the centre square from the very beginning of the year?
Yeah, no, exactly, Lee. He was definite when he spoke to you pre-match where he's going to play.
He's going to play him today, yeah.
So back to Zaharakis. He's dug in, hasn't he, Zaharakis, in this opening term. He's starting to get the ball.
He's a beauty.
He's had some moments on this day himself, a couple of remarkable days. Match-winning goal, another time when he kicked a bag. Gee, that's going back a long way, really. What sort of message this sends? Back again. I know all Collingwood players are in the defensive half, but it's slow, it's sloppy, and Kelly needs to get away, and he does from side bottom. That's a low kick, it's a good kick. Danaher had half a chance. Cooney toe poking forward. Collingwood have got the numbers back. Aish good give. Oxley's kicked a goal. Adams certainly running well now. This is an important ball. Side bottom. Well, he's got free side bottom. What does he do here? Well, he gives it off to Fasolo, who's within range, I reckon. I reckon he can go all the way if he wants to here, Alex.
Yep, just needs to settle now. He's looked if there was an obvious one on. There's nothing. Go back, take the set shot. He's a beautiful kick of the footy. He's certainly got the distance.
Must have been fatigued then, because he made Fasolo have a harder shot.
Fasolo's kick is pretty good. It's another one. He's got a couple. I'll jump the gun there, Bruce. He might finish with a couple. He's got one.
There is a chance.
Well, knows the capabilities of his teammate. He certainly did the right thing there, side bottom, as it turned out. But I think you're right, Lee. I think he was fatigued.
He must have, because he was going to run in and have a sort of shot at goal from 35 metres, open goal, but popped it back to Fasolo.
We see Fasolo, 5th mark inside 50 for the Pies. We're seeing the two different effects of what a big game can have. Essendon look slow, somewhat overawed by the occasion, and Collingwood really dragging themselves out and bringing some exciting footy we haven't seen from them in a long time.
Fasolo's first Anzac Day goal. This is his 4th match. Good stuff by Cooney. Great tackle, though, from Greenwood, the first one. But highest first quarter score on Anzac Day, 7 goals, 5 Collingwood in 2010. That's a shocking kick from Zaharakis. And Kelly, a look-away handball. They need a reset right now, don't they? They need to be reprogrammed. A little leg and a free kick. Through the centre, Kelly. They just have not settled at all. Langford, that better. Cooney trying to get going. Cooney kicks to a 50-50. Fantasia with a bit of toe. Spreads it wide. Brown, does he get it back to the goal square? He does. Good contest from the back. Little give almost to Parrish. Leuenberger threw it surely. Grimley caught up. Parrish in hard. Well done. The Irishman couldn't quite get it away, but Collingwood can, but only as far as Gwilt.
By comparison with his teammates, Gwilt's been steady. He's forward of the wing. 140 points. Gwilt touched on the mark. Emphatic call by the umpire. Adams missed it. Leuenberger cast in the role of a rover. Collingwood fans realising they've been short on free kicks so far. I'm not saying they haven't been there. And then Smith drops one. No need to keep it in, son. We'll get a boundary throw in.
They've been magnificent. Collingwood, they've scored when they've had the chance. But gee, when Essendon have got it in their forward half, Collingwood have got numbers back. Reed's been blocking it up in the air, so they've given no space to Essendon in this part of the ground.
So Leuenberger took it out of the boundary throw in. It was a short one to Goey. Well done to Treloar. And Treloar's kicked down the wing. Hardly a second good mark for him.
Darcy, you're there, Darcy, stay!
It's like they're playing with a different footy, Lee. Essendon. When they kick it, it doesn't go like when Collingwood are kicking it. It's just been riddled with error so far. D. But it's a long match and there's time. We know that, but they need to hold and kick a couple here.
Well, they've covered the Essendon switch. They've made Essendon kick down the line. Essendon have done well so far this year by spreading it to the open side and running it, but Collingwood are getting out with them and making sure there's nothing on when they change direction.
Kelly, D. Now, can he find a target? It's a good-looking kick off the boot, but it was always a 50-50 ball, and Adams swoops it to Greenwood. And then Greenwood with a confident kick to side bottom. And Lingy, we talked about the depth of Collingwood's midfield. We haven't seen it so far this year. We're actually seeing it in the first quarter today.
Oh, we're definitely seeing it today. Side bottom's been the star of it, but so's Pendlebury, De Goey, even Levi Greenwood. Side bottom there, just having the composure. Went back a long way, got himself into a little bit of trouble. He's probably going to get it back again.
Yes. Clearly no vaccine.
Start again.
Let's see what he does here.
Waxy.
Treloar goes to the middle. Blair, men on, two of them to the outer side. Here's trouble. Oxley, about 30 or 40 metres in the clear. Aish is moving for him. That's a clever kick to the advantage of Howe. What a beautiful kick over distance. Howe can go to the pocket. De Goey. Will he settle? Yes, he will. Well, not for long. Comes back, and like a soccer goalkeeper going up to protect the top left-hand corner of the goal. Howe takes the mark.
Been good, Jeremy Howe.
Do you know what, Lingy? I reckon he might have got stimulated if he watched the telly last night and saw the demons, don't you?
Saw the D's going okay.
I reckon that would stir you a bit, don't you?
Well, he certainly started this game well. Might have something there, Bruce.
Great story, those D's. His career high is 14 marks as a Melbourne player. He's got another goal. Add it to the list. So the Bombers have got to find something here. Saw them last week. They were terrific. I saw them beat Melbourne. I've seen their last 3 games. The one poor showing was in South Australia, but much improved on their pre-season form. Now they've got to find that sort of form again, because there is talent here. It's got to express itself now.
Nice goal by Howe. Top of their disposal was Pendlebury and side bottom. And Pendlebury back into the midfield. Side bottom, of course, was suspended, wasn't he, for the first 3 games. So it's his second game back. So when they get the ball, Collingwood are going to be dangerous.
Grundy, Cooney. We've already set a record here today, Collingwood. Brown pushed underneath it. Pendlebury again. So a brilliant handball. Chris just probably lucky there, Chris, because I'm not sure if he did handball it in the end, but Grimley, Zaharakis did well. He stood up through the hips. Leuenberger to Merritt.
Oh.
Merritt back to Grimley. Hard ball to Mark. Good mark by Oxley over the top. So this scoreline of 8 goals for is the highest first quarter score under Bucks, under Nathan Buckley. Treloar's kick wide to Howe. Good interferes. It's also probably more relevant, the highest first quarter score by Collingwood against Essendon ever. 233 games they've played against one another. Their highest first quarter score.
On your mark. Time back on.
They're getting smashed through the Bombers, the midfield. Just no pressure on the Collingwood midfielders. 9 marks inside 50 to the Bombers 0. Got to put more pressure on these fine ball users like Pendlebury.
So Bagley, they need a steady hand somewhere, don't they?
They certainly do. High ball to the outer side. Adams playing tall, knocks it towards the boundary, disputes it with Zach Merritt, 2 men who've been in exceptional form this season in struggling teams.
You could even see then Bagley with the footy just second-guessing himself. He had an obvious short on, but he just didn't want to go there, didn't want to turn the ball over. Quarter time, they have to clear their heads. That's the challenge for John Worsfold. Get them just playing on instinct again.
Stokes towards half forward, going back Oxley.
Holding the arm, Collingwood. Adam Oxley.
Yes, I'm sure John Worsfold will say ignore the scoreboard, but that's very hard to do when you look at it, it's 8-1.
Yeah. This guy can really play.
Yeah, absolutely, Dennis.
James, you there? Play on.
Crisp. shows a lot of it. Goddard picks it off. There's a good kick, Goddard, and he finds Danaher. So the first real look at Danaher today. Lovely kick. So Essendon put together their best passage of the opening term, and they need a goal here from another youngster.
And it was off the back of a really good defensive decision by Brendan Goddard, cutting off that ball in the middle of the ground. The kick just hung up a little bit, Goddard, and then choosing to play on, not going slow from there. I like that. Just get it on. Had Danaher open. He didn't hesitate either. Good passage for the Bombers.
But a 19-year-old kicked their first goal. This young fella's just 20 years of age. He struck it okay, but it's just hung it out. And right on quarter time. Well, a record opening quarter score by Collingwood against a familiar foe, eh? Brings the crowd to its feet. It's 52-7 at quarter time here. Collingwood over Essendon on Anzac Day.
11 inside 50s for only 2. Like Collingwood are getting back and defending their back half and not giving Essendon any space at all.
52 plays 7 then. Start of the second term of the MCG. Wonderful day. Weather the match. Leuenberger perhaps fell at their feet. Pendlebury battles after it. The two rival skippers. Ball up.
Behind you, Brendan. Thank you. Okay, watch my back. Stay.
They fought a draw. Grundy sort of got it out. Zaharakis, Kelly, and now Merritt wide. Fantasia, Howe coming at him. This is D. Just drops it over the top. Dempsey in space. Where the umpire comes back towards the middle. That's what they've got to do. And this Bird doesn't mean their worst.
I'd love them to go faster from there. Once they get that ball, that one kick through there, don't let Collingwood have time to get back.
Reid will come, hands to it, didn't complete the mark. Zaharakis behind, Adams off balance. And the hand pass goes out of bounds. We'll have a throw.
So Bombers, Lee gave us the numbers. That's a dozen times inside 50. Collingwood did 12 scoring shots for 17 in that opening term. So let's see if Essendon can do something here. Just outside that range as we speak. De Goey, Grundy, Merritt, spreading it, but only as far as Blair. Goes backwards, but he's got plenty of numbers. Adams, elusive, well done. Gets through a bit too easily, and now they're out. De Goey looks up, caresses the ball to centre half forward. Cox couldn't quite take the mark. Hartley toe pokes, but he's kicked 3 side bottom, and now he's kicked 4.
Well done by the big fella too. He's got his body across. He didn't take the mark, but he used his body to clear a path for side bottom and got him through. That was terrific.
He knows what to do, doesn't he?
He looks like he's got remarkable agility for a very tall player. Even he's 211 centimetres, but even most of the 200-centimetre players, I mean, for that height, they haven't got a great deal of second effort ground level agility, but he looks like he does keep his feet, keeps his balance, gets after it at ground level.
Again, it was Collingwood through the middle of the ground. Adams just keeping the composure. De Goey got forward. No pressure whatsoever through the middle there. And Mason Cox just battled away. And that is a clever little tap. That is smart, isn't it, Lee?
Oh, yeah, good play. Yeah, thought that through beautifully.
Leuenberger knocked it down. De Goey, boot to ball. Fantasia bounces one to Goddard. Goddard kicks it down towards half forward. Danaher has it pumped away. Zaharakis uncharacteristically missed it. Pendlebury played it well. Side bottom though. Had it knocked away by Parrish. Quick one. Leuenberger's over it. Gets it. Pendlebury. Help outside. Didn't go there. In goes Greenwood. Ties it up with Parrish. And the ball up. 4 times now in his career. 4 goals in a game for Steel side bottom. 10 in the TAC Cup doesn't count. Goddard dragged down.
It was a grand final, Dennis.
Okay, we'll count it. Ball goes down towards half forward. Well played by Bagley. Gwilt out wide. Suddenly looking a little better. One conversation with Worsfold has changed things a little. Stokes. Cooney to the pocket. Danaher. Now he leads back. This is interesting. No one on in the middle. He missed it completely. Tried to side foot it. Well played by Tuvey to Frost. Adams. They left him to his own devices a bit, Collingwood. Treloar favoured by the bounce. Pendlebury out wide. Tuvey. Reed, they share it about. Side bottom will do something. How good was that hand pass? Oxley didn't have to break stride. Moore, Greenwood, and now Treloar kicks inside the forward 50. Can they go end to end? The answer is yes. Varco, unless he decides to go short, I wouldn't advise that. As his attorney, I would say, just get easy and kick a goal.
Pretend you're not seeing them and have a shot. Yes. No, he's a good kick of the ball. This was... The players kicked some free goals, but I'm not even sure what he thought he was going to be doing, even if he had struck the ball. Don't know. That was very optimistic.
So Varco come around too with this protected area larger this season. Misses. Didn't come around. It goes through for a minor score. So Collingwood a 9-5. Essendon 1-1.
I've got to get Cyril Rioli's in, at least naming at least once a day. Cyril was pretty good off the ground the other day, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But he's a little bit...
I reckon if you're Cyril Rioli, you can have a crack at that one off the ground there.
I think so.
Not Big Joey.
No, it was a bit embarrassing in the end. Goddard caught holding the ball. Pendlebury.
Oh, Brendan.
Oh, what a great start for Pendlebury. And for his team, Frost.
Oh, Joe, wait.
Back in today, one of 4 Collingwood players. A couple of them playing their very first games, as we've told you. Adams just sets it up. Big fly from Cox. Varco. Parrish just did enough, and then Varco rips him down. Looks for a free ball up.
Varco coming back into this team is important. His run from half-back's important, but also when he's up forward, crumbing well there. Bit of pressure. Game or two under his belt now.
For Solo, doing well. Blair half hanging on. And that ball still not quite out. Not sure what's going to happen here. Holding the ball.
Dragged it in.
Who dragged it in? Which
He
one?
dragged it in,
Who's at the
boys.
bottom?
Dragged in.
Must be Gwilt, I think.
Jeremy. 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 Mate, enough of that. Push. Straight in front of you. No.
So Blair with the free kick.
Marching up.
Nothing much more can go wrong, can it, for the Bombers?
10 seconds.
So Collingwood have got 10 goals.
That was an interesting kick.
Hey, Dennis, could we say with some irony you tipped this about 6 weeks ago?
No. They've come back so strongly. That's old news, Lee. Even good sides get thrashed occasionally, don't they?
But this would have been what was expected before the season started. Once the season started, Essendon have been fairly competitive.
Well,
But before the season started, we all thought they were going to be non-competitive.
Especially after that Geelong game.
Straight out, James.
Yeah, funny little kick, wasn't it? A little dabby, but he gets it through.
Okay, arms up with the footy.
So 65-7 here. It's a rout for the moment. And Bombers, let's see what they can do from this point on. Goddard to Parrish.
Play on.
Underneath it, Brown. That's Brown for the Bombers. McKenna doesn't go far. Crisp just fumbling and nothing sticking for them. Varco, Dempsey with him, kept some pressure on him. Gee, that's a brilliant pickup by Howe. And Varco's run and carry so important in a boundary throw. When he was really going for Uling, you know, kick 3 in a big front of him. That was his best spot.
I liked off half-back, perhaps even pushing bursts in the middle of the ground. I can still remember that goal he kicked here in the 2011 Grand Final. He was capable of sustained, hard running.
After the boundary throw in. McDonald, Tip and Woody, first touch, but stolen away by Blair. This is Smith. Smith, the first gamer, hits the post. 66 plays 7. Got it right in the nose. Oh, well. Goes with the territory a bit.
That's it, James.
There's Gleeson.
Stay.
Left half back. Massive crowd.
Play on.
Watching Gleeson drive it up towards the wing. Can Joe mark this one? Well, he's got quite a crowd around him. Adams. Tuvey, that's a confident kick.
There. Play on.
running on his Maynard, a left footer, so he'll kick it out in front of Moore. They showed a lot of the ball to Essendon, though. They're getting a bit arrogant now. This is Dempsey. Short one. Grimley takes the mark.
It's a good run from Zaharakis. They're in here at the Bombers. Gets it wide to McKenna. And again, a decent passage of play. Brown on the end of it.
Sadly, there's just been too few so far in this first half, but that was a good passage of play. They linked up well through the middle of the ground. David Zaharakis involved. Again, he's up to 11 disposals, leading the way very well.
And their best foot is when they've moved the ball quickly on a couple of occasions. So can Brown get this one home? He does. It holds the line, and the Bombers get a second goal. Sorry, I keep asking you about ex-Geelong players. He probably didn't play many games with Brown, did you?
No, but he was there for a big period of the time. When I was there, had a horrific broken leg, a number of shoulder injuries, had a bad run with injuries.
Okay.
He was a high-ish draft pick, from memory, a late first-round pick.
He's a decent size, isn't he?
Yeah, and always had that potential, but just had a terrible run with injuries at the Cats.
So it's the massive crowd. Good goal by Brown. It's almost the only time for the game Essendon been able to move the ball quickly enough not to be outnumbered by Collingwood defenders in their forward 50.
Margin 53 points. Cox up high, hooks it down, intended for Crisp. Goes after it again. Well played. Aish on the way down. Crisp. Pendlebury motionless and gets away. Sends inside the forward 50. Hartley takes the mark. He's been good back there. Hartley. Little chip, finds Parrish, runs away from the defensive 50 and sends it very wide. McKenna, Maynard tracking him, ball goes out of bounds. We'll get a throw in.
It's going to be a big
Great Southern stand.
It's going to be a big test for Darcy Parish. Big raps on the young. He's going to be a superstar of the competition. Played on side bottom for most of this game so far. Side bottom with the 12 disposals and 4 touches. Really needs to get in and close in on a great player.
Andrew Welsh.
Just watching Scotty Pendlebury running around out there, even if he did have sore ribs, play him in the middle of the ground because nobody touches him anyway.
Yes, no, he's certainly led from the front today, hasn't he? He's been outstanding.
Leuenberger. Cox probably wins it. Treloar did really well there. Chris backwards okay. Well done, Reid, getting involved. And Smith that close to the line. Greenwood, what's the verdict? Out on the full.
Has anyone ever led well from behind?
Sorry?
No, I'm saying leading from the front, just the terminology. I don't think anyone's ever led well from behind.
I'll think about it. Reid. Well, not paid, so Maynard gets it back to Smith. Treloar, you tell us, Lee.
No, well, it's just the terminology we tend to use.
We're not often speechless, are we, Dean?
Makes me, I think, Bruce.
He makes me nervous, Lee does.
The going off the ground, it goes out of bounds. You're looking for more in there than there was.
Yeah.
You know, when the Oracle speaks sometimes, there's that aura about the statue. Boundary thrown on the other side. Leuenberger and Grundy. That's been an interesting duel. Leuenberger slaps it down. Zaharakis trying to lift his teammates. Cooney's been okay. Got a half volley there. Play on's the call. So the game now at a bit of a stalemate. Essendon trying to get their way back into this. They trail by 53.
Gee, I like David Zaharakis. Trying his hardest right now just to lift his team. He's been terrific all year.
Bird's kick, Reid. Again, Collingwood with those numbers. They had both Frost and Reid against Danaher. Makes his job so hard. Oxley wide. And a boundary throw in. So
that's one part of the game for Collingwood, Ben Reid, if they could just keep him fit and well, because he came back to the side a few weeks ago, and when there's a long high ball into their back 50, it's amazing how often he gets underneath it and intercept marks.
He's played such a little footy, hasn't he, over the last couple of seasons. Grundy hacks it forward. Ball still in play. Bagley. Still with Bagley. Back to Quill. Dropped it down. Cox got hold of him. Blair takes the tackler on. The tackler takes him on.
Thanks, Michael.
Hartley and a boundary throw.
The oldie but a goodie. There's a Blair in there. Boundary throw in. He didn't bounce. Grundy. Grimley steps around him. Grundy directs it down behind. De Goey to anyone. Trelaw wide of the pack. Been holding the footy. Nothing doing. And a ball up just outside the 50 then. Grimley had signed with Subiaco in the WAFL as we take a look at the MCG from high above. And then, of course, was called up by Essendon. Played 3 games for the Hawks, has that distinction in common with Andrew Demetriou. Currently, Grundy, at about 10 metres for Solo. Crisp, that's a good hand pass to Goey. Knew where the help was. Adams, they're still under pressure. Well done by Kelly. Not only the tackle, but he wrenched the footy away. And he's away. Goes wide to Gwilt.
It was a good tackle, but when he got away, he didn't really have anything to go to, and they were in trouble. And it might be coming straight back through Maynard, who gets a lot on that. Cox a target. Moore got to the front, wins the ball, can't quite find his man with a handball. Gwilt wraps him up, ball quite not out. Bagley getting a little one back into a scrimmage, ball close to the line, over the line. Boundary throwing, great pressure from Collingwood again.
Nothing here, boys. Straight up. Good work.
There's 3 very good players for Collingwood today, having a spell at the moment, but they've been influential, that trio.
Side bottom, Varco and Pendlebury, the 3. Blair heard the umpire talking about the fact that he had ducked. But this time he does get a high tackle. He has a second shot on goal. Good career, hasn't he? He's remember when he came in when they were making a run for the flag.
Thanks. There you go. Thanks.
He's had some big moments for the Pies.
15 gone.
Hardly misses a game.
Hasn't kicked a goal yet this year. He needs to be hitting the scoreboard regularly as a small forward.
Until today, Lingy. Now,
that's right.
He might have a second today, so it's the 3rd time on Anzac Day he's kicked a couple of goals.
Should describe him as a poor person's Puopolo. Good alliteration, Bruce.
Well, I reckon a poor person's Poppy's actually gone up in the last.
It's not too bad.
Oh, that's good. No, I like him. I mean, no one tries harder than Jared Blair. Tough little nut.
But Dennis, I think he's best when he's kicking goals.
Yes.
I mean, in midfield, but
he's essentially a forward half player.
His best role is pressure forward, I reckon, don't you?
Yep, he does have that mercurial ability. No vaccine for that. 72 plays 13. Anzac Day at the MCG. Grundy and Leuenberger renew hostilities. Grundy knocks it down. Crisp was over it. Pendlebury kicks a lazy one down towards half forward. McDonald tipping Woody Sockers it away. Smith comes back. Red-handed. How about that run on by McDonald tipping Woody? Got him dead to rights. Adams. The kick comes back across the ground. Or Shaggy would have said, got him red-handed.
How quick was he over the ground? That was...
Yep. No, he can cover the ground. Hasn't been in the game a lot today, but that using his speed to chase, stay in the contest, and then eventually lay the tackle. Every team needs that.
If only he'd done that in the first minute of the match, we might have had a different game.
Yeah.
That intensity wasn't there, was it? So much to catch up here. Langford had kicked the opening goal for Essendon. Brown pushed out. Good take by Bird, but he doesn't get a clean handball away. Squeezed out by Reid towards the line. Bird again uses Merritt. Natural left footer. Gets a bit on that. Gets to Brown. Good play. It was a good kick, actually. He kicked to a spot. And Brown with a chance here to make a bit of an impact in the first half. This was fantastic. That was a sustained effort, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on the second effort there. Chase tackle perfectly executed. Rolled in, didn't get in his back.
Well, this is slightly tighter for Brown. But similar to what he did a moment ago. And that one he's missed.
He's at least provided a good option up there for the Bombers. Brown, Danaher not having a great influence so far, just the one disposal. So at least they're getting a tall presence if they do get in trouble to kick it long.
Oxley brings it out then, kicks outside the defensive 50. Reed goes up, couldn't complete the mark, close to the boundary line. Fantasia got it across to Dempsey. That's a good kick. Langford marks about 60 metres out, wants to move it quickly, getting into that hole though. Pendlebury didn't take the mark but knocked it down. Frost was following up. Treloar did nicely. Sidebottom's quick hands, well, Crisp's indecision got him off the hook, and now Barco storming through midfield. Back to Treloar. Treloar's kick is good for Solo in front. Knocked away by Gleeson. Arriving quickly Blair. On the way down, Barco got an unkind bounce. Sweeping hand pass to Howe, and Howe kicks a goal. He's got two.
Whenever you watch a game of footy, it's all comparative between the two teams, but Collingwood looked that much quicker today than any of the other 3 or 4 games they've played this year. They just keep getting that extra number to the footy, which is what the speed and power running is about, to outnumber the opposition at the contest.
And Lee, Varco was heavily involved there. He's back in the team suddenly.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, just sustained, strong running from Collingwood, getting from contest to contest. Varco involved twice, flicked the handball out to Howe. An excellent finish by Jeremy Howe, but Collingwood just covering the ground so much better than Essendon in this first half.
And already, Lingy, they've brought up the highest score by either team in the 22 Anzac Day matches since before half-time. So Collingwood on 78.
And the two blokes there, Sidebottom and Pendlebury, you just sense that they wanted to make a statement today. They wouldn't have been happy with the way their team's going. Pendlebury, Sidebottom have led this team beautifully.
Smith, that's not a great kick. Tuvey, though, gets it back to him. Oh, again, not a great kick. Grimley really should have taken the mark, I think. Gets a second crack here. Reed, he gets down the big guy. Now, can he find a target? He doesn't, and that one, a boundary throw. I reckon Sam would like to have that moment over again. He was just awkward, wasn't he?
So would Josh, I think, too. Not for the time capsule, any of that. Thrown in. Leuenberger decisively well done down to Merritt. Quick hands away to Parrish. Now to Bird. He's tried hard, Bird. Sends a high ball down towards the pocket. Coming back, knocking the ball away to the fence. Opportunity wide there for Smith. And it's going to be a free kick to Smith just inside the defensive 50. This is the man who went back with courage moments ago. Adams swings it out to Sidebottom. Up from the back pocket. This one's intended for Treloar. They're closing. Literally in his hands, knocked away by Bagley, who takes it out of bounds.
Well done. Long way to go in this game, but I think one of the big question marks today is this going to play Collingwood back into form for this season? I mean, you know, the winner of today will be one game effectively behind West Coast and Adelaide, those types of teams. So they're in the mix, and surely there'll only be one winner from where we are right now. So Tuvey spreading, Maynard, neat kick and good mark taken from that Mercurial for Solo, and that's a beautiful kick to Moore. That is so clean by the Pies.
It's a great set shot for goal, Darcy Moore, so he'll have the distance from here for Solo. Good mark again, not even hesitating, playing on and making decisions on the move. Just trusted that somebody would present at the footy, and it was Darcy Moore.
7-1 from set shots today, Collingwood. For Solo could really be something, I think, if he can really get the consistency, he could be something. Moore, it's struck pretty well. Has it got the carry? I think it has. He's got his second goal. Well, it's just what Collingwood wanted today so far, and it's a bit of a nightmare for the Bombers, to be truthful. Like in a year where it's hard to assess what a nightmare is for them, isn't it?
Yes. Well, Collingwood today have played themselves into form. I mean, basically, your talent doesn't change from week to week, but your attitude and your confidence and your instinctive use, and Collingwood have got it rolling today.
Collingwood's average halftime score this season has been 33 points.
Okay, arms are up with the footy.
Darcy Moore has 2 goals. Leuenberger wins it down. Goddard out of the middle. Quick kick inside the forward 50. Danaher unsighted. Maybe worth a run on the ball. Hand pass comes over the top from Tuvey. Pendlebury, side bottom. Grundy. Pendlebury goes inside. Now a left-footer compromise there. Maynard played it pretty well. Tuvey. Somebody needs to kick it. With the run of the ball, Howe. He was taken down. Spills across to Greenwood. Tries to get out of there. Good pressure from Essendon. Grundy going against the flow. And Fantasia gets a free kick.
It was a very late kick from Brody Grundy. I'm not sure what he thought he was doing there.
So the Bombers will have a forward entry here.
Quick, Jeremy.
Just haven't stuck any tackles today, Essendon either, have they? Collingwood just running through them. So Fantasia's kick. He asks a lot of Goddard. Danaher was also in the frame. Treloar, side bottom, doing it at both ends, trying to improvise. Varco not too badly either, and then puts a good tackle on. Is that his ex-teammate down there?
Yeah. It's interesting, Joe Danaher. I think he's a good talent and he'll be a very good player, but he essentially marks the footy. He doesn't really do anything except mark the footy, and that means if you've got a good defender on you, if the ball's not being presented properly, you don't get a whole lot of the ball.
Zaharakis gives it off. Gleeson under pressure. Takes it out of bounds on the full.
They've got to do something with the forward line, the Bombers. The tall forwards just aren't working. Danaher's got to get up the ground, try a smaller forward line so they can run the ball in instead of bombing it. Get Stokes in there, Parrish, some guys that can create some excitement, try and create a goal.
Tuvey's kick to the wing. Cox was up, got a hand to it. Fantasia went to ground. Gwilt, Cox. Some mobility on display there twice. Side bottom you expected from. De Goey comes back. Pendlebury runs. Just sleight of hand goes behind Howe. Will have a throw in.
See, that's the thing with Mason Cox. Not growing up in Australia, he doesn't know ruckman aren't supposed to go after the ground level. Spoken like a little bloke, I've got to say. Big on half bar Lingy, but you know.
Maybe they showed him some old footage, Lee. They did.
Doing well, isn't he? Heard the call from the umpire, so Kelly, Bagley, quick give. Kenner, and now Kelly to Grimley, again slightly better builder. Now Danaher's on the move now. Can Grimley get it to him? He pokes it very high, not a good kick at all. And Maynard able to bounce it off. That really gave Danaher no chance. It was neither one or the other, was it?
No, at least said Danaher. Main way of getting the footy is marking. When it's presented like that, you're basically no chance of marking the ball.
We're all good at second guessing. It would have been interesting if Crowley and Simpkin played today. I mean, a couple of older guys, they weren't going to make a difference of 5 goals or anything, but it was a sort of big call they made to not play them in this match. We talked about it pre-match with Mark Newell from Essendon. But you feel at the moment they need a steady hand or two.
Yeah, the two leading, well, certainly leading possession winners for Essendon today have been Zaharakis and James Kelly, 14 each. And they're those experienced, cooler heads who can handle these big situations. A lot of the younger players and inexperienced players at Essendon just haven't handled the occasion. Collingwood have done it so much better.
Aish stripped of the football. This is Parrish. Centering ball with courage. Varco went back. Slapped it inside the centre square. Fantasia under pressure. Gives it across to Dempsey. And Dempsey comes out wide. And the marker's been taken by McKenna, who wheels around McKenna. And this ball's out of bounds on the full.
There's no structure or setup or play that you can do for those type of mistakes. A couple of kicks out on the full now. They've just got to settle. They just haven't been settled throughout this game. Flick it around by hand. Don't just bomb it in.
Jack Frost back in the team this afternoon. A good addition. Oh, Howe up very high. Fantasia tries to knock it on. Oxley, Treloar, Adams, Cox goes down towards half forward. Didn't look really. Inexperienced there. Bagley gets back.
Now where does he go? Slow and wide, but no other option really. D to Kelly, and then Kelly, neat kick. Merritt, such a prospect, Merritt. From like the rest of the young midfielders up against it so far today. That's great closing speed by Frost. He's good at that. Treloar with courage. Danaher's second effort, excellent. Ball not out though. Parrish in there as one, and Goddard puts the tackle on, and the ball to be released.
I just looked down at the stat sheet then. I can't believe it. Pendlebury 22 disposals, side bottom 20. They have just
Essendon
dominated.
You're voting for the Anzac Medal today, aren't you?
I am. They're in contention at the moment.
Leuenberger, high ball in, plenty of Collingwood jumpers back, thumped in front of the pack, plenty of Collingwood jumpers there as well. Adams to Pendlebury, Treloar through midfield for Solo, coming to the football. Treloar demands it back, runs himself in and out of trouble. For Solo, good-looking kick, a skimmer inside the forward 50, spills wide. Crisp rode a bump, gets a hand pass off intended for Blair. Bagley's in there, and at the base of that pack is Gwilt, and that's good enough for the Bombers to hold that football up as we count down to half-time, and the margin is 70 points.
Collingwood's highest score for the year is 90 points against the Saints, so that's for a full game, obviously. So they're a goal away from matching that in the first half, and they might match it here. This guy's a good kick.
We mentioned Pendlebury and Sidebottom. Sidebottom's got a disposal effectiveness of 85%, which is we're about as high as it gets. Never gets much higher than that, if you're going to get a lot of the ball, that is. They've been really effective, and the Collingwood forward line have pretty much feast.
Well, we wondered where would they get their goals from today. Well, we know now, don't we? And for Solo, so they matched their highest score for the season in the opening half here, with a whole half to go.
Their forward group has just been outstanding. They've kicked a goal pretty much every second time that they've gone into their inside forward 50, 14 out of 27. That's an outstanding percentage. If you can get 1 out of 3, you're doing pretty good. So their ability to convert their opportunities into goals has been outstanding today.
Have you ever been in a situation like John Worsfold's going to be in at half-time?
Unfortunately, yes. I mean, it is hard. So you're trying to get players to get a new mindset, to start again, to sell them a plan. But when they look at the scoreboard and they know they're 12 goals behind, well, they're probably not going to be able to make up 12 goals. So getting them to start afresh and reset becomes an enormous challenge.
Margin 76, just seconds away from half-time. Out of the middle, Collingwood. Crisp, a high ball to half-forward. They consume all the time in the air. Howe missed it, lurking behind for Solo, so dangerous. There's the siren, and fittingly, the ball finishes up with Sidebottom. 14-6-90 to 2-2-14. The margin was 45 points at quarter time. Now 76. It really has been a clinic from the Magpies. Let's go down to Wilson. Still starting deep in attack. Rarely used on the ball, if at all, in that first half. Zaharakis 14 possessions, Treloar 18, third term. What can the Bombers do here? Can they rally? It's a long way to get back into this contest and make it competitive. It's Merritt. Doubt they can win from here, but let's see what they're made of as the ball bounces inside the forward 50. Fantasia early goal. That's the way to start.
There you go, Welshie, just like that. Small forward, having an impact up forward. Exactly what the Bombers needed. Zach Merritt going direct, not taking the extra handball. And quick, Crumming, run on, kick the goal. Good start by the Bombers.
Says when we're at the over ball, sometimes it stays with you. I think the bounce of the ball, that really was very important for the Bombers end to get that goal. It just kept bouncing into the hands of an Essendon player.
So they've kicked a goal in each of the quarters so far, but they've got a quick one here.
Arms are up with the footy.
Let's see if they can build something on it. So far back, though. But a good start to the second half. Grundy, terrific. Crisp, it's a strong tackle coming in from the side from Bird. That's what he's there for. Smith back to Greenwood. Got some good distance, Greenwood. McDonald, Tip and Woody underneath. Merritt getting involved early here. Kelly, Merritt again, so third disposal for him in the first couple of minutes, and he's been good. Gets it to Brown. Now Brown quickly on. Well, this is a different looking Essendon. And if Big Joe could go all the way here, it would be the perfect start to the second half.
He certainly got the distance. He tends to, when he kicks the ball long, just hook it slightly, goes from left to right in its flight, but he's a good long kick.
Merritt's the one that's got busy, hasn't he?
Yeah, yeah. He had a quiet first half. He's been terrific so far this year, Zach Merritt, but not so good up until this first minute or two of the third quarter.
Oh, this will be a team lifter. They are a mile back. We know all that. Geez, a good-looking kick off the boot. I know he's just hooked it as want, but
it's his natural kicking action. Seemingly, he has to have started a little bit out left, because whenever he kicks through the ball, it does tend to hook in its flight.
He's certainly got the distance, hasn't he?
Already sensed that Essendon intent, though. Mitch Brown, centre forward, just wheeled and went. Didn't hesitate. They were hesitating too much in that first half. And that was because of the Essendon pressure and what the scoreboard said. But good early.
Well done by Reid. Smothers the Dempsey kick. It goes out of bounds. Joe Danaher goalless last week. 2 kicks this afternoon. Leuenberger and Grundy. First duel of the game. They lock up again. A lot of that this afternoon. Falls in front. Greenwood a half chance. Rocketed out of there by Bird to Cooney. High ball inside the forward 50. Danaher working hard against Frost. They got in a tangle. Brown the beneficiary. Side bottom. Crisp. Met solidly. Cooney looking to fend off Fantasia. He got the opening goal of the term. Short one from Leuenberger. And Oxley with courage goes back, opening himself up and takes the mark, and then a well-weighted kick coming out finds Moore.
And then Moore to Grundy, quickly on. So Collingwood with De Goey. They've got an open forward line. Now Cox, can he get to this contest? He does brilliantly, the big guy. And Hamill over the top again. And for Solo, well, it was made in Dallas, Texas, that one. 3 for Fasolo. Well, his basketball prowess comes to the fore a bit, Lee, doesn't it?
You can go early, but they're going to get really good value out of him over the next 5 or 6 years. I mean, he's not a teenager, so he's ready to emotionally to play at his best. But gee, he's got some talent. He obviously's got his ball skills, but he's got movement and he's got height. He's got a lot going for him.
So, Lee, you feel he's going to be a prospect for them?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, what he's shown today, let alone in his year in the game, I mean, he's got ball skills, he's got height, and he's got agility, and he can think his way through, and he's a mature athlete. He's going to be good value.
Well done by Grundy. 75-point margin. Crisp punches one inside the forward 50. Almost the mark to Cox. Spilt loose. Bagley trying to get away. Tackle. Kelly under pressure. Cox goes in again. Plucks it out of there. Goes to Treloar. Touch ball. Will's got a problem now. Well, everyone in the stadium heard it. Oh no. The fine deafness.
James has touched off the boot. Thanks.
Interesting stuff, isn't it? Because he really was holding the ball.
Yeah, they give you the benefit of the doubt when it's touched that you thought it was a mark.
Going. Can of Wormsley. And young Smith gets his goal. So all happening for the debutants today. Look at this reaction as well. I mean, we've all got an ego, and I reckon you touched on it. Young Smith probably thought today, what about me? I might play my first game too.
I get involved in this. Yeah.
Well, he's doing the right thing, isn't he?
He's had plenty of the footy. He's had 40 disposal, so he's got himself involved in the game.
Yeah. So terrific response by the Collingwood player. And Mason Cox is bottle him right now.
Fantastic celebrations here by Josh Smith. First goal here. See the snap and the boys. That's one of the best scoring your first goals. They get around you. Fantastic effort. But there is some concerns down here on the Collingwood bench with Travis Varco. Went off late in that second quarter with a leg injury. We believe a hamstring. Still hasn't come back. Was pivotal in getting him started in this game, and he looks like he won't be coming back for the rest of the game.
Parrish to Langford. Well, long term, that's big because they're much better team at the moment with him in there. Frost had to backtrack. There was nothing in front. So Smith continued to get involved. Lovely neat kick from Frost. To go, he's spreading. Treloar, Grundy. Well done, McDonald, Tip and Woody. Greenwood just bounced off D and did so well. And then bangs to 4-4. Where's Cox when you want him? There he is, front and centred almost. The Gwilt getting it away. Out wide. Stokes, Merritt. Started the second half well. Goes back to Dempsey.
Is it left half back, told to play on.
Yours.
Centering ball, Parrish with courage. Collingwood coming up behind. Comes across the ground then, right half back. He's a left footer, so he'll align himself and go along the line of the square. Gave it to Kelly, had a good game. McDonald tipping Woody. Great pass onto the chest of Grimley. Grimley about 55 metres out from goal. Only a couple deep. Grimley decides to go short, but that's ill-directed to a pack of players. Finishes up with Danaher. Should kick a goal here. That's easier on the turn, and he puts it through. His first.
Just a bit of ball movement, isn't it? I mean, the game's over.
Yeah, Collingwood have been moving it quickly all day, but Essendon have started to actually move the ball quick enough to give their forwards a chance without that extra one or two Collingwood players back in there to block them up, crowd them up.
McDonald, Tip and Woody, a good disposal there, so, and a decent finish from Danaher.
Well, Lee, you spoke a little bit about the second quarter. Joe Danaher just finding other ways of getting the footing, getting himself involved. That one not from a mark, just showing a bit of his mobility there.
He can sort of crumb that one, but you'd like to see him get up and run and get a little bit in the flow.
Parrish was against the flow. Kelly coughed it up. Greenwood, Hartley. Taking a couple of good marks today, Hartley. That one comfortable. Gleeson.
Thanks, Jared. Me.
Zaharakis. Gee, that's unusual. He's disappointed.
I think you want out of the big forwards. This is what even Cox in his first game's doing. When the ball comes down long and deep, you get your hands to it. You might mark it, but at least you can't be spoiled. And Danaher doesn't do that great at this point.
There's Aish, volleyed it, tries to get through, scrambles at about 10 metres. Dempsey had it, lost it. Gleeson's hand pass a bit slipped for his teammate there, but it's going to be a free kick. It's going to be McKenna. So he was overrun but didn't have the footy. Comes out to Goddard. Zaharakis, that's the first blemish I've seen from him. Just near the boundary line. I've seen their last 3 games and he's been outstanding, averaging 32 possessions a game.
Thanks, Brady.
Having his best season ever. There's Leuenberger meantime. Driving it down towards half forward. Danaher's in front. Worked out of it by Frost. Ball spills towards Crisp. And a scramble at right half forward for the Bombers. Margin 75 points, 16-6 to 4-3. Collingwood on top.
So Cox doing the ruck work. Leuenberger. Langford just held on to. Treloar, well done. Cox, Crisp, Stokes' tackle was okay. Maynard held on to. Leuenberger barging through, couldn't get the kick away. Adams finding a way through. Good stuff. Smith kept his eye on the ball. Mouthguard came out. Dempsey, Zaharakis taken down. Ball in dispute, ball up.
Collingwood still doing what they need to be doing. They're still going hard at the ball, still putting on a heap of pressure. Essendon have lifted a little bit in that area.
Levi. Big kick, Essendon. Levi, settle. I'm reporting you for striking. I'm reporting you for striking.
So Greenwood on report.
I'm reporting for striking.
Just have a look here. Throws a punch to the stomach, unnecessary.
So Goddard to full forward.
Off hands to Crisp. Drives it to the other side. Howe in best position. Gwilt played it pretty well. Got back strongly. Knocks it to Kelly. There's been a start. Gleeson. Gwilt. Forward of the wing. Looking inside the 50 then. Low trajectory kick. In front. The mark is taken by Brown.
Just on Levi Greenwood there. You don't want to be missing a week for something like that. And
lose your spot in the team.
Yeah.
There's Pendlebury. So much of the football to Aish.
Thanks, David. Hold.
Just up from the back pocket to Treloar. Left half back.
Dusty, hold.
Goes back to Reid.
Sam, hold.
Did very well early. Some big marking at centre half back, one-on-one. Now we'll bring it out. High ball. Darcy Moore in from the side. Cox, the 2 big men, claiming a mark in there. It's not paid to Hartley. That boots the ball. It comes across to Langford. Too slick there for Gleeson. Arriving quickly was Blair. Getting through for Solo. Well played. Maynard. Smothered by D. Ricochets back in the direction of Aish. He collides with D, who fed it out. Taken now by Goddard. And he's wrestled to the ground.
Having said that, I doubt if Greenwood will actually serve a week. I mean, it looks like it'd be one of those minor offences that ends up being like the fine rather than insufficient force and body contact, etc.
Leuenberger did well there. Zaharakis, Goddard, Parrish, again Trelaw, wonderful tackle. Adams, then off a step, gets some distance, but working to the front. Hartley is pretty impressive, to be honest. I mean, it's been a flood down there, but in the one-on-ones he's done well. Dempsey released quickly. Merritt talked about his impact early in this quarter. Out wide to D.
I know they've got Hurley and Hooker to come back next year, but seen enough from Hartley this season to be pretty excited about him as a key back coming out of the VFL system.
He's the right sizeling, isn't he? And he's good one-on-one. No, he's done well. Cooney on the end of it. They've got Goddard loose if he wants him. He decided not to go there. He was going to go to Gleeson. Now that's dried up. So Cooney down the line. Danaher, good mark.
That's better.
So we know. Well, he goes back to Goddard, and then Goddard chips to centre half forward. I'm not sure if Grimley was the intention. It was probably Brown, but Grimley takes the mark. He's the leading goal kicker in the VFL for a couple of years. There's a lovely stat about him. He never played in front of a crowd of more than 30,000 before today. So a little bit of stage fright maybe. He hasn't had an impact.
I think in all three of his games, his total crowd would struggle to be as much as what is there today in the stands.
So let's see if he can get on the scoreboard here and get the Bombers a third goal in the third term. It's a decent kick, isn't it? So Essendon kicks 3 for the quarter.
Is that because his 3 games are all in Launceston, you mean?
Well, they're at Hawthorn. They were sort of about 81,000 all up for the 3 games. So he obviously didn't play against Collingwood for Hawthorn. He obviously didn't play against Carlton. So yeah, Lee, I guess it's just a fixturing thing, isn't it?
Yeah, where Hawthorn played in the handful of games that he played.
What about his grip? So Lee, what about this? Is Gunston like the grip, isn't it?
Well, it is. It's unusual, but it certainly works for him because he made good contact.
Gee, he was wrapped.
On the big stage. Leuenberger. Grundy gets a free kick. Looks inside the forward 50. Long bomb. Cox is in front. Uneasy. Hartley able to punch it away, though. Crisp. A lot of it in this term off balance. Pendlebury for Solo. Broadens it to Goey. Lines up the goal and kicks it. His first. Gary started well. He's drifted out of the game, but a youngster of great promise. And that's what they've been able to do at times today, Collingwood. Something Essendon haven't been good at doing is just maintain their width. Not everybody just being drawn to the footy.
Yes, that shape around the contest, that it's very hard to stop it. You can set it up at stoppages a little bit, but to be able to be smart enough not to get sucked in too close too early, Collingwood, as you said, Dennis, done it really well.
And Lee Pendlebury, Dennis's point of the width, Pendlebury helped without doing it with his vision and
picks the right option from in the middle, and yeah, he's been outstanding today. He's always so good working through the heavy traffic.
So 17-6 Collingwood. It's an impressive scoreline. Advantage. So Bird won the free kick. It's a Cooney. Danaher had so much of that ball. Unfortunately for him, he ricocheted into Brown. Aish to Oxley to Trelaw. Hard running Trelaw. Neat kick. And that's a super mark.
Great hands.
Everything we've seen about him so far today has been so impressive. Kicks to full forward and Grundy takes a beauty.
Well, how's that? The 2 big fellas, the 2 ruckmen, the first ruckman, the second ruckman forward kick it to each other. They both take the big overhead grabs.
There's Mum, Janet, and can you imagine what they'd be thinking right now?
Well, they'd be pretty impressed, not even knowing much about the game, how good a mark that is.
Yeah. Big hands too, aren't they? Very big hands.
Well, no, it doesn't happen that often, so it must be good for the players in general who are taking the big, strong overhead marks.
Give him the Anzac medal, Lingy. That'll be fun. So So Grundy, who's kicked a famous goal this year, hasn't he, against Richmond, and that one not so good.
Going forward, today's game, they've been inside forward 50, 34 times, the Pies. They've scored 24 times. That is
Incredible percentages, isn't it?
Yeah, huge. So it shows the lack of pressure perhaps through the midfield with Essendon, but it also shows Collingwood playing with a really fast quality ball movement, and they're going to get another chance here.
Kelly. His 20th possession, not his best. Leuenberger coughs it up. Smith's already got a goal in this term. Looking inboard. Where's Cox? Well, that's a very short one to Grundy, barely to 15. Wow. So Grundy, about 75 metres from goal. Cox is just ambling out. Now we'll go to this contest. Over the top, the leaper was Howe. Howe goes after it again. Reaching in is Gwilt. And we get a whistle. 109 plays 33. There they are. Time for a selfie. There's the dad at least.
Yep. Phil, so Cooney's quick kick away and ball bouncing out. Well, he's there for a while now, Cox, isn't he?
Yep. And he's done, and I mean, he hasn't dominated or anything like that. The great start to the game, kicking the first goal, but he's done everything he's needed to do. He's presented, he's brought a contest, he's followed up on the ground. That's all you need to do as a forward sometimes, and build your way into some form and some goals after that.
Good tackle by Bird. Adams running hard to Treloar. Archie's back to De Goey. De Goey's spreading very wide. H did well. Clever enough at the handball. Parrish was able to scoop it to Gwilt. Gwilt, Merritt on the end of it now. Quick release, no. Quick tackle it was. A beauty by Oxley, who's had a wonderful game. Bagley down low. Well done, Bagley. Best bit of intensity we've seen in a long time, I reckon. Parrish gets it wide. McKenna's kicked down the line. Mark taken by Brown. Some good football there.
Here's Stokes. Close the eyes. Finds Goddard. Feigns a hand pass. Nobody picks him up, so he kicks down towards centre half forward. Danaher wants to kick it on the run. Turns around. Decides not to go at goal. Lobs it up to Fantasia. And Fantasia's taken the mark in the forward pocket. He decides to distribute the wealth and goes to Brown.
It was good ball movement under pressure. Collingwood's tacklings have stuck most of the day, and they actually were pressuring the Essendon ball carrier all the way in that chain of disposal, but Essendon were clean enough of hand, clean enough and quick enough.
So the margin 76 points. Brown has kicked one, narrowly missed another. Side bottom, the star when Collingwood needed a star in that first term, and Brown misses by quite a margin. Still, he's battled manfully on that forward line. Oxley to bring it in. Short to Adams. Adams around the outer side. Bounces off the chest of Aish. Chance for Fantasia once more to Goddard. Goddard, clever kick. Stokes is marked. In the pocket, looking towards the middle, but he's a sharpshooter.
He's a good kick for goal. He's been extremely quiet today. Only the 6 disposals. This will be number 7.
Got a feeling Matty Stokes plays a little bit ahead of the footy, as they say. And if they're not getting the ball upfield unpressured, he has trouble getting involved in the game.
So Stokes, his kick is very nice. His first goal.
Goddard, I think's lifted a bit too, don't you? I mean, I know the game's different to what it was, but I think he's had a bit of an impact in this quarter.
Yeah, he's been good, found the ball a little bit more, and I think he'd be disappointed with his first half as well, being the leader of the team and the captain. He wasn't alone, certainly, but he's such a competitive guy with such high standards. He would have been a bit dirty on himself. He would have wanted to start a lot better.
Well, he and Merritt have done a bit. So Essendon with a much better quarter, as you can see. I mean, all the damage done in the first quarter, to be honest, and then in the second added to by Collingwood. So 17 goals to 6. Merritt and Goddard, two that are getting a bit of the ball in the middle now. Treloar quickly on him for Solo. He's having a terrific goal kicking year. Kicked 6 against the Tigers. He's kicked 3 today. He has kicked 5 against the Bombers in the past. Never a goal on Anzac Day before today. And a chance to kick a 4th here. Bit of a talisman. His difference between he's good and not so good is extreme, but he's a gift, I reckon. He's got a real gift, this young man, and kicks his 4th goal. has a lot of skill, and
yeah, those agile medium-sized forwards in the modern game, where quite often they're running back with the flight of the ball. That one he came forward towards the kicker, but yeah, the medium, even the small players, it's not like they're just bombing the ball on the head of the big forwards anymore. No side's trying to do that, so he's a good prototype for the modern forward.
do you think we're seeing the emergence of him? Do you feel like we're seeing the emergence of Fasolo or not?
He's up to 14 goals now this season from 5 games, so yes, maybe, but the fact he's only averaging across his whole career about a goal a game, he needs to build towards that 2 or 3 goal a game point where he's got that real consistency.
Trelawn is side bottom as Collingwood dig it out of the middle. Kick floats inside the forward 50. Bagley comes up. Meanwhile, back in the centre, getting a little heated. Greenwood at the base of that. Ian Goddard involved again. Greenwood on report for striking Goddard, and Zaharakis somehow figuring in squabble as well. Poor kick by Langford goes straight to side bottom. Side bottom. Some indecision here. We've seen this before today from side bottom. He wants to be perfect all the time. Adams back to centre half back. Dangerous kick. Smith draws a man, slips a hand pass away to Brown. Brown spots Tuvey.
Tuvey's got Grundy short if he wants him. He's going to go longer, I think. He does kick down the line. Jim Moore, that's a beautiful stretch. We talked about his prowess overhead. Lovely marker, right at the high point there. Athletic, 20-year-old, big future, kicked a couple of goals. He sets it up. Cox gets a big run, got up high. And now doing some roving work, tapping it cleverly to Greenwood. Greenwood having a feisty turn. Kicks to full forward. Dempsey was a hard ball match. And then Fasolo's going to kick a 5th, I reckon. No, he misses. Ace set him up, and he's disappointed there.
Just again, let's have a look at what started. Bit of push and shove in the middle. Zaharakis and Greenwood getting amongst it. Just a few competitive blokes having a little bit to say to each other. That happens in a game of footy. No punches thrown.
Well, the margin was 76 points at half-time, and that's what it is right now. Danaher, big leap, mistimed it though. Thumped away by Brown, runs down towards the 50. Well taken by Moore to Greenwood. This one is bending back. Going back is the big fella. Couldn't touch it, Donald Tippenwoody. Well, he came out of the joust. Suddenly on the scoreboard.
It's always hard to tell one-on-one matchups in modern footy because they don't just follow each other around. But Greenwood, I think, looks like he's trying to get near Goddard's direct matchup as much as you are doing it. So he's got forward himself and kicked the goal off Goddard.
Well, if you've just been in a bit of a push and shove, a bit of a wrestle with your opponent, there's nothing better than going back and slotting one from outside 50. Levi Greenwood would be very happy with that. And he might just have a little word in Brendan Goddard's ear on the way back to the centre.
Now Goddard trying to get involved, but Zaharakis first to the ball. And that's a neat kick. So Danaher getting involved in this term, isn't he? On the lead, taking a few marks. He's kicked a goal. That one to the pocket was always going to be difficult. Stokes running it over the line.
They certainly looking a lot more functional going forward. Danaher, Grimley getting right up the ground and letting the smaller players get over the back. So they've definitely adjusted that area, and Danaher has stood up in this 3rd quarter.
Grundy, Leuenberger. Grundy winning at Zaharakis, roving, snapping too far in the end. And a boundary throw in.
That's been one of those games. Both defences have actually held their business. The forwards haven't been able to get over the top. We haven't even seen like one of those running into the open goals.
No.
Kicks over the top, I think, from either side. So both defences have at least made their opponents earn every kick.
Margin 82 points. Grundy's in front, taps it down. Adams tries to get it out of there. Stokes quick hands. Fantasia left it behind. Adams came again. Blair knocked down by Dempsey, taken by Kelly. Gets a hand pass off to Bird. Fantasia away to Langford. About 60 metres out from goal. He hooks it down towards full forward. Oh, well done by Reed. That is quality. He's a good player.
That's what you're talking about, isn't it, Lee? He's so good under the high ball in a one-on-one contest when he was at his best, going back a few years. Very tough to beat.
Runs to the pocket, drives it outside the 50. Crisp held his ground and leads back in the race. Missed the help though. Pendlebury. Fantasia got it to Langford. Comes to Bird. He was under pressure as he kicked, but good enough. Grimley on the lead this time. Beats Reed. His last kick was deadly accurate and very powerful. This will test him. It's about close to 40 metres out. Only 15 metres in from the boundary. He's on the clock as well. Collingwood by 82 points. And Grimley. On his approach now. And this kick is not working back, or is it? It's a good effort. Oh, gee, that's a beautiful effort. But the goal umpire in some doubt. Maybe he thinks it brushed the post.
I think it's a goal. I just want to check if it hits the goal post.
Score review. Umpire's call is a goal. Please just check that it hasn't touched the goal post.
That was a brave kick because he gave away the goals to bend it back.
Be hard to overturn the goal umpire's decision on the
Confirmed goal.
So Sam gets his second.
He's got a funny grip on the ball, but he's like Gunston. He says,
Yeah.
you know, Dick, that's a great kick. As Dennis said, he gave away the goal to bring it back. Looks a goal, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Slow-mo is always hard to tell, though, isn't it?
It's very much that Jack Gunston grip.
And
And
it's different, isn't it?
He controls the ball on the way down, though, doesn't he? I mean, the ball doesn't spin around on the way down, so he's getting good contact with that grip.
Well, he's got a talent for kicking the footy. I mean, they're two terrific kicks today, from one a fair distance and the other one a fair angle. So Essendon, a prolific term really in the context of the day. They've kicked 5 third-quarter goals. Collingwood more than a match for that. But the Bombers at least getting the scoreboard ticking over. A horrible first half for them. Bird, Parrish, poor handball to Goey. Brilliant opening for him. Short, Greenwood, busy.
Stay out, that's it.
Combative. Can imagine him next week against West Coast, maybe running into Pritis a bit. Two strong bodies, kicks to full forward, and not for the first time. Hartley takes a fine one-on-one mark.
From memory too, he spent a bit of time on the Collingwood list. I think he was delisted eventually, Hartley. Goes short to Zaharakis. Just chips it across to Parrish. He's had a good turn, Parrish. Back towards centre-half back.
he was a rookie at Collingwood, Dennis, you're right, for a couple of years, and then Coburg VFL, where he was eventually drafted from.
Likely tight, as we said earlier. Here's D. Awkward half volley for Kearney. Tracks it though. Slips a hand pass over the top. 50-50 ball. Gwilt did well for Kearney. Kearney couldn't control it. Then he may have been held without it. Back comes D. Gwilt under pressure. Gets a kick away up towards the wing. All or nothing. Leuenberger. The 222s. And side bottom gets back. Shares the ball with Reed. Gets it again. Side bottom. Playing with confidence as well he may. Got towards half forward D. The temerity to claim a mark there. Well done, Parrish again. What a hard ball. Fired it off to Gwilt, and now it's Bird.
With a bit of time, and it runs into some trouble. Not a great handball, but he gets it back from Dempsey. Leuenberger made the right call by not getting it back, and then a wobbly old 50-50 kick. Terrific pick-up, though, by Kelly, but Collingwood turn it over. Howe to Smith, running through the centre. Gwilt picked it off. Howe gets a second crack. Toe pokes towards the pocket. Bombers should be able to get back. So Hartley's long ball out. They've got the numbers here, Essendon. And that's disappointing because they're in the box seat. But the right call. So Pendlebury, his first quarter was telling. So 5-2 to 5-2 in the third quarter, but the end result is that Collingwood have the same lead they had half-time. It's 76 points the difference. It's 122 to 4.
Still got out a bit, which is why Essendon have got their 39 inside 50. So getting a forward line that locks it in, I think that's an ongoing challenge that Collingwood are trying to get the balance right.
Margin stayed at 76 points during that term. Start of the last quarter then, Anzac Day 2016. Grundy hooks it down. Pendlebury tries to knock it out, side bottom. 27 possessions for him now. Adams did brilliantly, threaded the ball to Pendlebury. One of his rare misses. Dempsey with a chance as a result. Storms through midfield, kicks it to Danaher's advantage. Fostered okay. Fantasia at the back. And as he did coming out from half-time, gets a quick goal. Put it down as the first blemish to the Collingwood captain today. And maybe, just maybe, he anticipated Grundy to move forward to that one and take it as he was going towards goal. Anyway, Grundy was stationary, and that's the result. Good snap under pressure.
That's quality finish from Fantasia. That's what his job is. Put a heap of pressure on, find the footy up the ground at times, but get back inside forward 50, get to the feet of the taller forwards and kick goals.
So
well done.
19 seconds in the third quarter, 22 seconds in the final term. He's been able to...
Ran onto the bouncing ball in the forward line.
So a couple for him today. Leuenberger over the top. Aish, Cooney, just a fumble, it was a pressure. Grundy, Blair, Goddard, gets rewarded Goddard.
Essendon, legal disposal. Legal disposal.
There's Travis Varco. So it's a pretty big story linking with Travis Varco, just where he's at.
Yeah, he was been so important for Collingwood in that first half. His run, his sustained run, only his second game back, and that looks like another hammy. Not good news at all for the Pies and Trav Varco.
So Gwilt to Goddard. Goddard with that familiar kicking style, long to half forward. A couple of flies. Maynard, the last of them, and the ball over the line.
Well, I just want to ask you about James Aish coming to Collingwood, 9 possessions so far. Just struggling to really find a heap of the footy. How have you seen him? How have you seen his move from the Pies?
Well, that's probably the situation. He hasn't been able to find a lot of the footy so far in his few games for Collingwood. So he's got to get more of it. Mostly he's handballing because he can't break clear with his kind of lack of pace.
Adams comes away. Here's his Pendlebury. Takes it back, Adams. Comes out to right half back and Reid. Reid drives it up towards the wing. Howe has to hold up, but fine aerialist takes the mark. Just forward at centre wing. Now to space. De Goey has to work and he gets down and takes it. He was brilliant early, De Goey. 60 metres out. Fasolo wants it short, but De Goey decides against that centering ball. Ball was down there as he saw attracted a crowd. The hand pass comes out, but picked off by Bird. Now it's Merritt. Leuenberger. He's battled manfully. Kicks it towards midfield. Adams missed it. Time enough for Reid to recover. Knew where the help was. Fasolo needs to be quick. Now a chance for Danaher. One of those days. Frost. Maynard forced to kick with his right foot. I think that tells you he's a left footer. Down towards right half forward, and Gleeson tackled by Treloar. Treloar's had a good game. And the umpire will ball it up.
Okay, you're closing on 30 again, Treloar. He habitually gets to that mark. So fine play. Grundy early. Leuenberger did well. You mentioned earlier, Dennis, it was probably the jewel of the day, those two.
Yeah.
Have you seen a winner lead between Grundy and Leuenberger?
No, they've both been useful, actually. They've found the ball around the ground. They've equal number of hit-outs, actually. So I'd say an even Stevens duel between those two.
Well, the Bombers have been pleased with Leuenberger, haven't they, so far this year? He's done pretty well. Frost. Well done, Danaher's second effort boundary throw-in. Lee, were you there when he went to Brisbane?
Yeah, I was when he was
fourth
pick in 2006.
Yeah.
And he's been injured a lot over his career. He just hasn't been able to string like a season or two together without getting a nasty injury. So he's played all 5 games, I think, or the 4 games with Essendon. So at least he's getting some continuity.
There's Leuenberger, hurried kick down towards half forward. Fantasia coming up. Goddard swoops on the crumb. Reid too high. Fantasia gets the free kick. It's been very physical, Leuenberger and Grundy this afternoon. It's an interesting kick. Kelly has been very good, tried hard. Wonderful player over his career. Comes up and takes this mark. Man on the mark is about 40 metres out. It'd be nice to see James kick a goal. So coming up for his 26th possession, he's pulled a game out of his past this afternoon.
David Zaharakis just getting hurt there. He headed straight to the bench after that.
James Kelly, has it got the carry? Oh, yes, good enough, I reckon. Umpire lets them play, not knocked back into play by Brown. There's going to be a consultation.
I believe it's a goal. We just make sure it was fully across the line.
Score review. Umpire's called a goal. Please check to see it across the line.
Review underway.
They do sit in the same seat every week. And you get a feel for things. It looked a goal.
Review complete. Confirmed goal.
Well done, Bombers.
It's been a good pickup in the circumstances of
Yeah, it has been. And I wonder if actually knowing that you're going to play at least this big game today was part of the little. There are a lot of reasons why he probably decided to continue at Essendon after the Geelong finish. This may have been one of them. The fourth that might play the big game.
It's a big incentive for you.
Yeah, it is. Big incentive for a player.
He was very good in their only victory too against Melbourne. Very good.
Well, James Kelly, when he was weighing up coming to Essendon or not, this day would have had a huge part of his, taken up a huge part of his thinking. He's been good, been very good. We spoke to Mark Neal before the game. He said he's been like an on-field coach for this young team. It's been brought together, been really important for their development.
Leuenberger did well there. Then Goddard got it back. Kick around the corner, coming from Kelly again. So big numbers for him. Langford did well. Beat a couple. And then kicking the ball out. Interesting Robert Harvey with Andrew Walsh. They really want a big finish here, Collingwood, don't they? They'd like to finish full of running, which helps you for next week.
Finish it off. It's amazing how well you're playing the final quarter. Continues on to the start of the following week's game.
Leuenberger's in front out there, almost the mark, spilled it. Built a half chance. Bagley knows no other way. Hard at it. Side bottom, Treloar, crisp, natural left footer. Gets through. Jabs it down towards half forward. Up comes Cox. He's tackled and taken down. Getting a free kick behind. Hartley should be pleased with that.
He's not going to get many high tackles, I wouldn't have thought.
No, that's a first. That's my boy. Cox sends it towards the pocket. Just in the back was Howe.
Essendon.
What?
Essendon. Bagley. No, you're free. Two. Yes. Yeah, too early. Unrealistic. Time back on. Stay there, stay there.
I'd like to see that one again.
I'm with you on that one, Dennis. I reckon he got a push in the back as he went up there, Jeremy Howe. Essendon got a bit lucky.
Danaher, good fly, good mark. So all the good things for the Bombers happening late in the match. Kicks and presents Goddard with a bit of a chase. Did well. Dempsey, open forward line. Not going to be accurate. And a behind, but opening up a little for Essendon here. Dempsey, first match back. Ironically, it's the third consecutive year that his opening match for the season, for one reason or another, has been on Anzac Day for Solo. Just wondered, just thinking aloud, seeing Cox today. Lee, maybe to you. I mean, Cloak not there. Grundy, Moore, Cox. I mean, does Travis get back quickly or not?
Well, I don't see them playing Moore, Cox and Cloak in the same team very often. Simple principle, really. And I think Moore's the young up-and-comer, and Cox is the second ruckman. So he's going to have to do a lot of work to get back, Travis. He's going to have to get a lot of the footy because it does slow you down at ground level if you don't mark him in the first place.
There's Cox. Got it from Age, got it from Maynard. His kick comes down towards half forward. Howe launches himself, slapped away after Howard missed it by Bagley. It goes out of bounds.
And you'd think with Mason Cox, they're going to give him, especially what we've seen today, at least another couple of games. Just tell him you're going to play another 2 or 3 games. That doesn't put Travis Cloak back in for, you'd say, another month, perhaps 3 weeks, perhaps. And I think he needs to kick a big bag of goals in the VFL and get his form right back up before you can put him back into the team.
Bird from right half back goes out wide. Langford having a good turn so far. Margin 63 points. Langford looking towards the middle. Those going all the way back. Bagley gets it right on the kickoff line. Now nothing to come to on this side. Told to play on. Moore, a little slow to go. Bagley drives it back to the outer side. Kept a cool head and finds Parrish.
He's got Goddard on. It's short, but he's not. Is he going to go there? No, he kicks the ball into the man on the mark, and Sidebottom whips it back cleverly to Aish. Interesting with Aish there, because he's talking about the fact that he's been handballing a lot. He had a chance really to penetrate there, and his first movement was to handball, and this one's not out, and mark taken by Blair, who could kick his third goal after that intercept. Had a pretty good match.
It's just a poor decision here by Gwilt. He had the obvious easy one along the line, tried to pull it back inside to Dempsey. Not the right call there. May have gifted Jared Blair another goal.
Premiership player at Collingwood against Goddard and Gwilt. Gwilt played well in both those finals. Goddard starred, didn't he? And Blair misses. So a couple of goals to him. Just Lee, final thing on Trevor's quote. A lot talked about maybe Nathan made a statement by dropping a star player. I mean, was it purely form, or do coaches?
Purely form, I think. I don't know about the statement thing. I just think Travis just wasn't finding the footy. Sometimes you have to break the sort of system in a sense and just give him to start again.
From behind, Goddard, the big leap. To Goey at close quarters. Oxley loops it to space. Greenwood, a runner alongside. Crisp to Goey outside the 50. They're banking outside the 50 at the moment. Comes across to Frost. He got it from Crisp. Smith goes to Tuvey, setting the little man a task. And he takes the mark as Blair.
Fortunately, he had another little man to beat in the air. The match-up was a good one for Jared Blair. Tippenwood is about the same height. They're both short men by AFL standards, and Blair.
He's big in the body, though.
Well, Jared Blair wouldn't like that, Lee. He's 3 centimetres taller than Tippenwood.
Yeah. McDonald Tippenwood probably should have taken the body. Then he would have moved him. He's big in that respect. There goes the kick. Nice. Blair's found range. He's put it 3.
He jumped early, Blair. It was a good mark, actually, because he jumped early and held his spot.
Those Collingwood players just banked outside the 50. He was always going back in.
Their form over the next month is going to be fascinating now for Collingwood. So Cam and Lee, this is going to be fascinating. Do they carry this form through, and what does it mean in the next 4 weeks?
Well, obviously Eagles are tough, but both the Carlton and the Lions are down to the bottom there, Geelong. So 2 out of those, you'd think they'd be firm favourites.
Sidebottom got from Grundy. Pendlebury, well, used the body, and a free kick given. It's always a tough one, that, isn't it? Look, good body work.
Didn't use the hands for the push, but sometimes when you're just using the hip or the arm, you can't quite get them out of the way as hard as that. It triggers the umpire to pay a decision.
Yeah, the Essendon player certainly flew forward. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, no, well, unless Bagley just did the drop knees, you can't do it at all with your flat hands, but you're still not allowed to push in the back with any part of your body in the marking.
Parrish taken down strongly.
I think Mark Bagley made sure the umpire saw it.
He might. Sometimes the weaker body gets the free kick. That's true too.
Parrish has had a good second half, 11 possessions. In the thick of the action, Grundy ricochets across to Dempsey, had a couple of goes at it, missed both times, and now Smith will get a free. The longer it's gone, the better he's played. Coming up for his 20th possession. Kicks to the wing. The mark is taken out there by McKenna. Short one to Parrish. Stokes. Now Dempsey goes to the pocket wide of the mark. Runs away ahead of Danaher and out of bounds.
You mentioned Travis Cloak before. Bruce, sometimes you just got to break the sequence. I mean, if a player starts to think he might get dropped, he starts getting stressed by it, you got to leave him out and let him start again. And maybe that's exactly where Travis Cloke sits this weekend.
So Grundy and Grimley. Merritt, I think he's kicked a goal. He has squeezed one out. So the Bombers get up to 10 goals. Quite frankly, at half-time, I didn't think I'd be saying that, to be truthful. They were a goal in the first quarter and a goal in the second quarter. Merritt, his first 5 minutes of the third quarter were really good, weren't they?
And he's been good all year too. He's a good player, but he was one of those blokes who was very quiet in that first half.
Yeah.
Has lifted.
But you just feel he's going to be a 200-game player and going to be a very good one, isn't he?
Good player. They've had to really earn their goals, haven't they, Essendon? They haven't been able to set them up a whole lot. It's just a matter of kick out of the pack, goes through. Good goal, but they haven't been able to get the running team floating the ball through from the back half goals tonight. Collingwood have been too good from there.
164 points. Greenwood comes away. Good tap by Cox. The ball goes inside the forward 50. Howe with a chance to crumb it for Solo. Goes to Howe. Runner alongside Greenwood. Missed the target. He dives after it. He's tied up. And we'll get a ball up. It's about 30 metres out from Collingwood's attacking goal. In front, Cox again decisively down to Solo. Got boot to ball. Heard the umpire. Awkward situation down there for Kelly. Trying to help out Gleeson. Got it to the advantage of Bagley. He runs the boundary line. Misses the target. Adams takes the mark and comes back to Pendlebury.
To set up Pendlebury. Short finds to Goey. Runner Treloar. And he's got a long kick, Treloar. He might get this. No, he doesn't. He goes to the pocket. And Goddard, is that a free kick? No, Goddard takes the mark. Howe disappointed. Kelly. Hartley. Oh, too slow. Pendlebury picking it off. To Goey trying to turn. Pendlebury's little give, but cut off by McKenna. And then Gleeson with a high, wide, and a ball that's out on the full. So Adams to bring it back in. Hopefully we'll get the crowd shortly, but a lot of them, I must say, have left, to be truthful. But it wasn't. It felt like at least 80,000.
Might have been the Essendon supporters that left, because you think the Collingwood ones will be staying to see what has been pretty much a demolition from start to finish.
Oxley to Frost. That was the danger of the game, wasn't it? The margin at half-time. Opened the margin throughout the second half, and pretty much that's what's happened. Getting high was Hartley to punch it down. Quick kick out of there by Gwilt. And Taser under pressure. Kicks it up towards the wing. Well played by Adams. He's become a very good player, very important player for Collingwood. Tuvey. Smith. Tuvey. Need to be careful with this. Adams again. Spots a man towards the middle. Good kick. Crisp. Too far out to score. Comes right across the ground to Reid. Reid looks inside the forward 50. Misses the target. Bounces off the chest there of McDonald Tippenwoody. He goes back after it. Crisp anxious to make amends. Charges in there. And we get a ball up.
Crowd's just come up 85,000 at today's game, so terrific turnout to what has been Collingwood's emergence back into some form.
Yeah, that's a wonderful response for Solo. Shows you about the power of this fixture, doesn't it? On this day, Frost short kick. And how it
Yes, I'm sure 15th versus 16th has never driven that crowd anywhere before.
So it's for the 13th time, Lee, it's 85,000 plus. So fantastic. Good stuff by Stokes. He's had a quiet one. Goddard, better second half than first. And that's a good kick. Real chance here. Fantasia's had a pretty good second half. He gets a bad bounce. Oh, he's unlucky. And Reid out wide. We saw Puopolo kick a goal a bit like that on Friday night, but the circumstances were slightly different.
Well, he was going to burn him off with the bounce of the ball. Didn't want to play ball.
Adams kicks to the outer side. 31 possessions now for Adams. Looked badly hurt early in the game, but he's come back ever so strongly. Here's Oxley to Frost. He can take it and go, will he? Yes, he will. Takes on Danaher. Little chip pass inside the forward 50. Gwilt hands in the back. Ace will get a free. Man on the mark
Can I say something a bit
James
silly? I
Ace.
reckon this is a really important kick
Come round.
for Aish.
Farage, yeah. Well, he hasn't been getting a lot of the ball, as Slingy said before. He's mainly been playing wing, and he's had 12 disposals today in a big wing, and 8 of them handballs.
Quite a clever player, but one-paced. His kick is not coming back. Great players can do it, like Pendlebury. Probably fits into the same basket, so Aish still with some improving to do.
He would love to have kicked that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, for a player of his sort of physical skills, I think he has to really play as a bit of an inside getter and feed it out to the runners, because he's not really a ball-carrying, ground-breaking runner.
And when you're a new team with a weight of expectations on your shoulders, just little things like that, you'd love to kick the goal.
Gee, was that Adams?
Yep.
What a goal! What a goal!
What a corner.
Well, this, Lee and Cam, was what we were thinking about Collingwood at the start of the year. Swan obviously not there, unfortunately, but you've got Pendlebury, Sidebottom, Greenwood, Adams, Treloar, DeGoey. So, and now, today we are seeing a fair bit of that, aren't we?
They've all been good. Yeah, of course, Taylor Adams came from the Giants a few years ago now, so he opened it up, and then Treloar's followed him this year from the Giants, and he got Sidebottom and Pendlebury and playing well. Chris probably had his best game for the year also, and DeGoey is a good young player in his second year, so you know he's going to be valuable.
Can the Bombers beat Carlton next week?
A chance.
Adams 32 possessions, 10 of them in this last term, and still 6.5 minutes from full time. Zaharakis, no way out of there.
I would say, of course, a chance, but no. I think Carlton pick him. Just playing a little bit better footy at the moment, but again, Essendon have been a lot better this season than they have been today. They just got overawed early and blown away.
Zaharakis nipping around the back of the pack, goes out wide. Stokes, Oxley closing. Oh, that's a wonderful tackle. Not rewarded. Should have been. Cooney knocked away by Maynard. I think we'll get the ball up. That seemed to be the perfect tackle from Oxley. Margin was 76 at half-time. It's currently 71. Tossed up. Leuenberger decisively hooks it down. Cooney couldn't find a way through there.
Just the 7th time, Lee, in 97 games under Bucks that Collingwood have got to 20 goals. Now, they were 11-2 in his first season, so they haven't been a huge scoring team. They haven't scored 20 goals since round 8 last year.
Well, that's like you said a couple of times. They've been really efficient in their forward execution from the chances they've had.
McDonald, Tipperwoody, Gleeson, they had to backtrack. Gould. McDonald, Tipperwoody again. She's got some toe, hasn't he? Low to the ground, sweet mover, neat looking kick to full forward. Grimney went very high. Fantasia looking for a third. Adams, he was good there because the cavalry were coming. He's brave, all right. 2v, ball squeezing out by Bagley. Adams again, wonderfully close. Fasolo gets it from 2v, and that's clever. And Aish gets it at half back. Gee, Taylor Adams. Who is going to get the Anzac medal, I wonder? I mean, Sidebottom did so much early with Pendlebury.
Might have to do it alphabetically.
But when it's a game like this, I always would have thought the ones who've really set up the win, more so than what's happened the last quarter and a half when the game has been well won. So Sidebottom would be my pick at this point.
Mitigates against Adams, though. He was injured for a while and he's been playing on the bench. He's been terrific since he came back on the ground. Here's Sidebottom, anxious to help his cause, Lee. Jack goes down to the pocket. Greenwood takes the mark. Inside the last 5 minutes on Anzac Day. He's on report as Greenwood.
Lee and I both agree it'd probably be insufficient contact to get suspended. It was unnecessary. Didn't need to do it and risk getting a week suspension. He's important with his hard run.
Easy for a left footer. He's got 2.
So Greenwood with 2. Now the big story today, Nat Fyfe has just landed at the Melbourne airport. He's going to go through surgery this week. This is what he's had to say.
Just what brings you to Melbourne? Clearly I've broken my leg again. Same leg I broke last time, just above the plate. So
I'll have surgery tomorrow and start the recovery process.
How long do you hope to be out of the game? Is it a whole season, or when will you get back?
I'll know more detail tonight after I see the surgeon, but look, I'm really hopeful I can get back and play some footy this year.
And we do too. I mean, a remarkable player. He, I think, won all of us over on Brownlow Medal night. Those that didn't know him, he's an incredible person. But, well, Greenwood, what a finish. And Collingwood up to 22 goals to 10. So Fife at the airport on his way to see the surgeon.
They're Owen Fife, as people are saying around the ground. It's not amusing, though, for Fremantle fans. And that Fife, well done by Bird. One with the pocket was Stokes. And now Stokes, with nobody picking up the mark, comes in and just sneaks it home for a behind. 142 plays 66, so what's the margin? 76 points, as it was at half-time.
And Dennis, this is Collingwood's highest score since 2012, so got to go back 4 seasons. So it's been a productive day. Pendlebury, by the way, 7th time in 10 Anzac matches he's had 30 disposals plus. I mean, he's 8-2 now in Anzac matches. He's won a couple of Anzac medals. And he certainly thrives on this day. McKenna's kicked a 4 forward. Cooney's going to get a late goal as Essendon get there 11th.
Yes, one thing you know, when your side is struggling a little bit and it needs an effort, it's your leadership core are the ones that you're hoping will step up the most. And Pendlebury's the captain, so he knows that his team is in a little bit of trouble going into the game in terms of where does this season stand. They need to win desperately, so he's certainly produced when he's had to.
And when there's that lack of confidence, you really want your good players just to play well. Not above and beyond anything, have the game of their lives, but just to play really good, solid footy. And that was Scott Pendlebury, as you said, but it was also Steele Sidebottom from the start. Just set the tone early, playing good quality footy, and the rest have jumped on board.
Umpire will throw it up this time. Cox and Leuenberger. Now the ruckman touched the ball, fell at their feet. Treloar. Collingwood players on it quickly. Adams, Blair, Sidebottom, Oxley, Pendlebury. Brilliant early, goes out wide. Pretty good kick too. Crisp dropped the mark. Well done by McDonald. Tippenwoody just stopped the ball cold to his own advantage. Goes to McKenna, who gets into a sideways move and comes short to Fantasia. Fantasia decided to play on. Appear to be holding the footy. Brown coming through. Fantasia knocked off the line of the footy. Well done by Tuvey. You've seen all of that before. To Pendlebury again. Bounces it to Crisp. Treloar is on for the short one. Well, he tried to load up and kicks it directly to Langford. He's made a couple of boo-boos today by a foot as Crisp.
Geez,
just does well.
If you talk about value to play, Jack Frost's job on Joe Daniher has probably been as valuable as any part of the Collingwood performance, but we never give medals to defenders, really. You only give them to midfielders, don't we?
Hey, Lingy, just for the Bombers for a moment, because I'll get you in a second, because we talked so much about the Pies that made all the running. Who would you give a tick from Essendon's point of view today?
Oh, certainly James Kelly. He's been terrific for them, a goal and 29 touches. But Fantasia I've liked too. He's hit the scoreboard, had a bit of the footy. David Zaharakis again has been pretty good. But also Darcy Parish, really quite early. He'd be disappointed with his first quarter. But for a young bloke to fight his way back into the game and keep being competitive, bit of a tick there, more for his long-term development. He would have learned a heap out of today's game.
Fair enough.
You're right on the mark there. Stay.
Here's Bird. I guess Mitchell took Bird's place at Sydney, didn't he? I mean, when Bird had that type of role, Mitchell's come in and taken it. Kicks to fourth. Oh, big flyers everywhere. Adams doing some heavy lifting in that back half. Sidebottom, magnificent first half. And Howe takes the mark. So can Collingwood build on what's been a massive win today? Grundy taking them on. Hartley brings him down and gives away a free kick.
Took him to ground after he handled.
He's a competitor though, Hartley. We know Grundy goes in short. And Pendlebury takes the mark. So really the first big game for Pendlebury this year. He's been okay. We know that he's been playing out of the centre. but he really has stamped himself on this match. He's had a lot of Brownlow votes on this day before, and I figure he might get another one today.
And I'm just going to guess next week against West Coast, he's going to start in the centre bounce as well. He won't set foot out of that centre bounce ever again.
Well worth the trip. Hand pass comes across from Leuenberger. Langford knocks it on. Zaharakis tracks it close to the boundary. Side bottom, still in the thick of the action. Langford shunted across the line. So a minute to play. The margin is 70 points. The game was won by quarter time. Anticlimactic on such a big day. Pendlebury a star. Collingwood have had plenty. It's simply been a case of game set and overmatched. Behind the pack, a chance for McKenna. Cooney, and they pull it below 70 points. McKenna goes again. Here's Brown. Looks inside the forward 50. Rushing back, Fantasia. He's got it. And he'll kick it goal, will he? No, he won't. He'll go short. Cooney can get on the end of it. Missed it. Oh, dear. Pendlebury, assisted by Reid. Oxley kicks to the outer side.
On his wrong foot, it was a good kick, actually. He check-sided it. Merritt to Goddard. McDonald, Tipham, Woody. Normally a good kick, and that is lace out to Brown, who has a chance. I was thinking of Mason Cox's parents a moment ago. They're from Dallas, Texas. I don't think this is the biggest story from Dallas, Texas in our lifetime, but it's been a good one, Mason Cox, today, hasn't it?
Depends how old you are, I suppose. Certainly our lifetime, yes.
November 22,
Not Lingy's lifetime,
Anyway, can Brown get the final goal and kick his second? He's had a few shots today. Well, that's one of the biggest stories, certainly of the day. Mason Cox. First touch, a goal. Pendlebury brilliant along the sideline. Collingwood needed a big win. They get it. They maintain their dominance over Essendon. They've been winning these Anzac Day matches. They've won 9 of the last 11, 3 on the trot. That's down to you, Welshie. With the big fella, Mason Cox.
Well, Mason, 2 years ago, you had no idea about AFL footy. Today, debuting in front of 85,000. First kick, first goal. Pretty easy, isn't it?
It's unreal, man. It's been a hell of an experience today. Just this past few years, it's just been unreal. You know, the support for the boys and coaching staff and whatnot. It's been amazing. I couldn't ask for anything more.
You spoke to support of the club, support of the parents. They made the big trip over. We spoke to them before the game. They must be as proud as anyone.
Yeah, they're very proud. My brother got in at 9 a.m. this morning, so it's been a hell of a 24 hours for the family, and to have it here means the world to me, so it's a fantastic thing.
And they got some great snaps up there. We got plenty of footage of taking some great photos, so you'll go through those after the game. But the team's effort, up forwards, yourself, there's a real unpredictability about where you're going to go. 16 different scorers. It's a real plus for you.
Yeah, it's great to have 16 guys. I mean, everyone's chipping in, and to have that many people scoring goals, it's a fantastic thing. It just shows we're all giving a team effort. So it's great to have everyone out there, and just have our first game for these boys. It means a lot to me.
Well, mate, great to watch. Go and enjoy the win.
Thanks, mate.
Philip, his father, we spoke to Philip and Janet as well. So just it's a wonderful story, and Dad can't believe it. I think he thinks, well, wow, how good is this, eh? So let's go down to Craig Willis, our Master of Ceremonies, for the presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's thank both teams for taking part in this match on Anzac Day. Would you join with me in welcoming the President of the Victorian Returned and Services League, Vietnam veteran Major General David McLaughlin, to firstly present the Anzac Day Medal to the player whose conduct during the match exemplifies the Anzac spirit, that of skill, courage and adversity, self-sacrifice, teamwork and fair play. The winner of the Anzac Day Medal is Steele Sidebottom of the Collingwood Football Club.
Firstly, well done to Essendon. We're both very honoured to play on this day. Well done to our boys as well. And, of course, all the supporters out there. Stick with us. All good. Cheers.
Well done, Steele. Do you now please welcome the captain of Collingwood, Scott Pendlebury, and coach Nathan Buckley to receive the Anzac Day trophy from David McLaughlin. This is a perpetual trophy provided by the RSL, a dedication to the memory of those footballers who served in times of war. And the names of AFL footballers known to have sacrificed their lives during active service are inscribed on the trophy.
I think on behalf of both sides, would like to acknowledge the day. We're very blessed to play on this day. Thanks to all the crowd for coming out. You make this day so special for all of us. And to our boys, well done on today. A great effort. Appreciate it. So thanks, guys.
Thank you, Scott. Congratulations to the Collingwood Football Club. Victors on Anzac Day 2016.
So that's it. 85,000 people today. Collingwood get their season maybe rolling. In the end, it was Collingwood 142 to the Bombers 73. Anzac Day 2016.